The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
All right then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League 4 Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Foxy, and Armin Eisen, as we are here for a very late beginnings once again with the match of Dauntless Esports versus Exterminate Esports, coming to you live in day 2 of Division 1 of the Pro League. Week 1 is about to finally end, a little bit lopsided, admittedly, but week 2 will, of course, begin tomorrow with more Siege action. There ain't no breaks, not until Christmas. But with all that being said, let's join our players right now in the ban phase of the match tonight. With the bans already going out, we have Thatcher and Montaigne so far from both XTM and Dauntless Esports, respectively. Exterminator on the defense and on Oregon, and they have a pretty good defensive track when it comes to their plays and their strategies. They did pretty well, all things together, against Demas Force on the attack on Oregon. Let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. Demas Force, despite all of their roster changes, are still a force to be feared, and that attack was weathered by XTM expertly. Dauntless Esports, on the other hand, unfortunately, we did not catch them on stream yesterday, but we will be seeing them live here, and they have proven themselves to be up and very much ready for this fight today, tonight. It's gonna be a very interesting game, isn't it, Foxy?
It's definitely going to be an interesting game. And luckily, so I had some time to catch up with the players before we happened to get into this match and that little wait time we had off the cam. But coming back into the lobby, let's take a quick look at both these rosters. We've got Skiffy, Nani, Hussein, Whitby, and Boom from the side of Dauntless Esports. A very, very, I would say, dangerous roster. It is a roster to be feared of. And then on the other side, we've got Bots, Collex, Triggered, Rene, and Ghost Freak. This roster came out to be very dominant yesterday. We got to see the best of Exterminate Esports at skill, that display of skill rather, yesterday, coming back to the matches. But that is exactly what you expect out of Division 1 teams, and that's exactly what we're going to get to see here. But we're back on a very old map, and I say old, I mean, it's just an overplayed map, what I mean to say by that. Coming back to Oregon, what I'm really interested to find out is, is the fact that is Dauntless Esports staying on attack. We'll get to see Hussein's Zofia plays. That's exactly what I'm here to see. Honestly, if it were me on the spectating cams right now, I'd only be spectating Hussein. He's brought out some amazing plays with the Zofia. Whenever it happens to be a map like this, we happen to have that linear control, and you want to make sure that all of that utility comes in well and good. Hussein is your man to rely on. He's not only been entry fragging for his team, or rather getting the kills on board. There's so much more that he happens to put to his team, and just a little hi-fi happened to give him before we got into the match. He seemed very hyped, and I'm definitely sure we've got an amazing matchup ahead, because just from the looks of it, yesterday we saw XTM Esports have their own approach towards the second half of their match. This time around, it's going to be fraggers versus fraggers. We've got Triggered on the other side. Rene, Skullex, Ghost Freak, these people, they like to go take fights as well. And that's exactly what Dauntless Esports' roster rocks. So it's definitely going to be an interesting match. because we'll get to see so many gunfights that both of these teams will be eager to pick. But so far, none of them have come into play. Free fire coming in. There you go. The barricades are being opened up. Just getting that information trade off. And once again, we're getting to see that a little extended roam hold coming in from the side of the defense trigger with the shotgun. That is a very good strategy, very reliable one as well. Drones are coming out the Goyo. Might as well get caught in mid animation. No, he won't be. At least there's nobody to convert that, at least as of now. A minute and 50 left into this round. Let's see what happens to 1-4.
Plenty of time remaining as Dauntless on the attack. They're just testing the waters, seeing what Exterminate is bringing out and how they can go about countering it. We got Hussein. Here we go. Man of the hour with the Zofia in play. Repelling on the kid's dorm's window for the time being. Trying to find somebody in attic. A lucky wallbang, but no, will not be as the Vidvi goes all the way around towards big window. Hussein will be caught. Ghost Freak will take that first kill. Trying to find somebody in tower, but he won't be able to. That T2 window is open. There is somebody there, but they're prone out of Ghost Freak's range, but it doesn't matter. The Maverick stands up, and the Wamai will take that kill. Extra blazing a trail of death right now as two very important kills go off the way of XTM once again on defense, proving that all they need is some position, some intel, and that will be enough to let them shine with the early kills. Boom will be down in the meanwhile, and that's not a good time to be him as Ghost Freak's trying to find one more. He will triple and a quad. This man is going off as anything to stop him. Nanny, oh. Well, he does get the ace, Ghost Freak, but that's not how you wanted to get the ace, I believe. Nanny, yep. That hurts to see, ladies and gentlemen. That hurts to see, as we will see that in the instant replay. Just caught moonwalking, really, down the bottom of White Stairs, and Ghost Freak, he will, of course, take full advantage of that fact and take up his ace. What a way to start off for Exterminate Esports. Ghost Freak starting off super strong right now with an ace to his name and the first round going the way of Exterminate.
That is more than just a statement sending out their Ghost Freak. This is exactly what I was trying to point out coming into the match during the prep phase. We've got these amazing players in the lobby that love to frag out, and this was a very good example of it. The first round going in the favor of XTM, all by the back of that Wamai. Just amazing, just beautifully well done. He knew when to pick his fights. He knew how to win them. And that was just a beautiful 5K coming out from the Wamai himself. Ghost Freak never fails to amaze, and that is something I can tell with a lot of confidence going back since the man has started playing competitive. There's always something that he has up his sleeve, and there you go. Starting off this match with some amazing kill power. We'll be headed to round 2 though, and once again the side this time around will be Laundry. So coming back to Laundry once again, I don't know, for some reason I don't like the side. It's you can maybe call me partial about it, but hey, it's just that I would love to see Kitchen being explored a little more. Maybe it's a side of meeting as well. I'm not sure. Laundry, not to my liking. It becomes a little too old. But yeah, let's see what things come out of it though. Skullex, meanwhile, he's on the castle roam, and we've got him establishing a very standard hold once again. And hey, that's exactly what I'm talking about. A very standard hold and a very standard push from the side of Blue Bunkers will be underway from the side of Dauntless Esports.
Nothing too special just yet from DE, but again, Nanny's pushing up early, and Ghost Freak, oh, well, that's unfortunate. Got an ace, but will not be influencing this round for this time. The Ash comes in quickly, shutting him down, and now Hussein has taken point from the looks of it. With the Capital, with the bolts trying to get in, there can't be much intel coming his way, mind you, because there's mute jammers all over the place, and you have this cross being held by Bot and Skullex respectively. Vinny, however, is above on the hatch, and he will shut down the Capital. Hussein will drop, and that's a good frag taken. Rennie gets droned out, and he's about to be first in the second. Now, will he see the Nomad? He does. Boom, takes a bit of damage. Will he takes him in a counterfire? Yes, he will. Rennie takes a double now. The mute is the one going off. He will fall down into the connecting room just next to site. As more shots will be fired, it's a triple kill for the mute, and he falls. And Renee's going off, but here is Bot to shut down Skifa, and suddenly it's all down to a Vidwi. Last man standing inside of blue, coming to elbow, finds the Maestro. The Aldo will not take that kill, but Skullex will. A Vidwi will fall, and XTM take round 2. What a round and a half, especially for Rennie right there, picking up where Ghost Freak left off in the previous round, his own triple. And with that, we will proceed to the third round 2-0 up. And a beautiful first two rounds. What a way to begin for XTM. DE, they might yet be, a little rusty, in terms of their stream matches and whatnot. They need to wake up soon because STM, they're gathering momentum fast.
Honestly, it might just be XTM coming out with all guns, the all guns out approach. They want to make sure they get their, get their points on board before it's too late. Week one, an amazing place where you can just bring out your maximum performance, get those early points on board, and make the entirety of the season a whole lot more easier off and right for you. That's what I'm seeing XTM do right now. They've been amazing yesterday as well, and once again, they don't fail to impress. 2-0, and we'll be headed to meeting in kitchen. This is a site I keep talking about. It's always really interesting to see how teams bring out some really weird strategies sometimes. But yeah, this is Division 1. We're going to get to see so much more textbook stuff, and just all of these players abide into that. And love such disciplinary plays coming out from these teams. That's exactly what we're here for. Bot, meanwhile, he's brought out the mute. That's going to be enough information denial for the side of the attackers. But something else I think I'll have to talk about. Whitby and Skeefy, both of them running the Ace and the Maverick. We don't see anything else being employed in terms of how the hard breach is being used here. I don't really blame them, but yeah, most definitely there could be so many more options how you could go about hard breaching it, especially when the map happens to be Oregon. I got already the attackers coming in from the side of... No, never mind. I happened to misread that shadow completely, as that was not Hussein. He's actually outside the map. Not be seeing anybody making their way inside garages, because he'll be making his way inside bedroom. We've still got the T3 control being established by Skeefy though, and this just happens to be one of those very standard attacker push, and I'm loving it. It's good to see textbook stuff being followed amazingly well. We're getting to see attackers make this headway up top, but will this be enough? Ren and Skullex, both of them, they're waiting very patiently to find frags and then just fall back. That's exactly what this top floor hold is all about. And we've already got two attackers on the side of Trophy, and one of them positioned outside the main window. This could be a very difficult situation for Ren to fight against, and that's why he's just going to use the white stairs to fall back. That might just be the bait play, allowing Ghost Freak to walk away with a possible frag. Have they exchanged places? No, that's not going to be the case right now. It's just everybody falling back onto side, wants to play this on the back foot. Maybe a possible retake situation is what they're looking at, because I think that they've abandoned ship a little too early. Dauntless Esports has gotten so much map control so quickly. Let's see what they happen to do with it.
Interestingly enough, I'm seeing a DMR come out from Skeefy. Not something you see every day from Maverick players, just in general, but it's a very hard-hitting DMR, albeit a little low on the active magazine count, but that, of course, can be compensated for its high damage. Really high damage. Very good killing power, but Skeefy, a little inefficient with that opening right there. Boom on the other end, taking a bit of damage from a fight he's taking through the meeting hatch. Not dead. That's going to be a good thing for him. Wow, that took a lot from Skeefy to get that done, and he manages to collide with the Nomad on the way in, dealing himself some electric damage. Boom, 2 in the meanwhile, as Bot will find the Maverick, taking him down, and that is another big drop. The mute comes in. Can he find a second? No, he can't. He will get refragged onto by the ace of Vidwi, who took a bit of damage himself, but nothing too fatal. He won't have to worry about being taken out just yet. Skullex, in the meanwhile, he knows that the Sophia has gotten in towards the meeting hatch inside of attic. There may be a couple more. There are, in fact, 3 attackers in that dorms to hatch region. They're gonna have to play around that. Attic is gonna be the point of contention, and looks like there could be a rotate coming in from many. This smoke, we saw him breaking open the meeting door. Not sure as to why just hit, but Trophy will spot the Maestro and take him down. Hussein finding Triggered, putting the attack on the advantage, but here's the Kaid to find one. 10.2, he's down the Ash. That could be the play of the round right here. Now he's been down, and a Vidvi, why is he shooting the Nomad? No particular reason, I guess. He's gone for the plant right now. Boom is for cover, but the shots are gonna be fired, and it's all over the place from the attackers, and all over for them as well. Exterminate Esports, rotating around to the site retake that we were talking about just a minute ago, deciding that, all right, their direct push can be allowed. We just have to go around and use their own breach against them. Very, very well done, all things considered. Vertical plays, you had the gas canisters going off, you had confusion all over for the side of Dauntless Esports, XTM very strong, 3-0 up, going back to dorms in Dorms Lane Hall.
Yeah, I might just be fanboying right now, but it's definitely turned out to be a beautiful retake situation for XTM right there. Skullex and Ghost Freak, that's exactly what they needed. That beautiful partnership coming out from them coming out in the last round. It was more than just the flying that came out from Skullex. He got that double drop and especially the second kill on the Ash. So important. Nani is not a person you want to take a fight with, especially not when he's on Ash. And it was just a fight that the Kaid had to win. He knew that. He got that kill, and it was just beautifully well played in tandem with what Wamai was doing on site. Did come out with some mishaps from the side of the attackers as well. That possible team kill could come in from the Nomad, as from the Ace rather, as he was trying to shoot his own teammate. That happens, I think, is because she happened to move through the shield. Closer to the shield, and just assume that's a defender, but. Yeah, it was a very heated moment, and that's what happens sometimes. You get fried, your brain gets fried. That won't be the case right now, not for XTM Esports. They've put up 3 rounds back to back, and it's just been their game so far. And honestly, it's not coming down to anything close. Either Dauntless Esports has been able to give away their advantage, and I have not seen the Hussein I talked about in the beginning of this match. That is not the Hussein I'm getting to see from him, from the side of Dauntless Esports right now. They do happen to bring out quite the frag power. They do pack a punch, but Hussein does happen to be their playing card, that trump card, the one who's always picking a fight first. As Ghost Freak will be the one to take that man and will get shut down. Well, it's just a slip of tongue, you know. Goat Freak, I don't really mind calling him Goat Freak if he keeps on playing so amazingly well. So that's something he might have to switch on to. But we will get onto dad jokes, IGNs later and get back to this game. 2 minutes and 4 versus 5 already. Ghost Freak, he did go for an aggressive run out there. I think that is something he did not see Dauntless Esports expecting. But at this point, they've realized what's going wrong and they got triggered. He's going to stop the Selma breaches that are happening. That's going to just give away his position, and also the fact that he has a shotgun. Skullex, meanwhile, keeping things alive and more than alive just for XTM Esports. He's always been this one person who happens to pop out of nowhere and always perform for his team. Skullex, there's going to be so much more that he happens to face. Trigger will be the first one against some adversity. It'll be Hussein who takes him down. That is it, people. No more of Skullex and Skullexel brains. And this is not the best of picks. Ella getting a little too cocky. Maybe that patience play could have just played out a little bit more. Triggered waiting for so long. All for nothing.
Now it's all down to Bot and Rene, the last two standing on this defense. Exterminate, push to the back foot, and Bot's going to start by taking one down. Boom will fall. There's another one on that armory hallway. Lots of damage done. That's Nani, the Ash right there. But he was standing in a bad place. A Vit will shut him down and shut down Rene to boot. Bot will fall along with his teammate of Vid. We make sure of that. And with that, we're going to see in the instant replay the fact that Dauntless Esports have finally taken a round, and even then they had a bit of a scare right towards the end. You had the defenders sort of trying to take it back, trying to get back into a better position. They just couldn't quite manage it, and with that we're gonna have to go back to dorms because the attackers have finally taken around. Dauntless Esports maybe slowly coming back into their own, waking up, getting warmed up, and all of what they say. With round 5, it's still a pretty uphill battle because the defenders are still in a 2-round lead, and there's only 2 rounds to the other side of roll swap.
That's right. Staring down roll swap right now. That's going to come around any moment now. Just as we happen to go to the second half, it's going to change so many things. Right now, Dauntless Esports not able to take or make the maximum or the best out of the situation that they are in right now. The attack on Oregon, just not able to crack it for them. XTM Esports have been more than good with what they've brought on defense. They've been really sticking with it. And once again, Triggered this time around. He's going to switch and bring out the Echo. I'm not a huge fan of the Echo play, not since I've not seen it work, at least recently. But I think we are going to push possibly bolder with it today. Let's see what comes out of it. But right now, the real question, like I talked about, will we see a possible change in tide once we happen to go to the second half? Dauntless Esports, they might be looking weak right now, but they are on attack. Once we do get to see head on to the defense, will we get to see them take the advantage or possibly make a comeback? But that's only a question right now. Those are a series of questions that I have to ask right now, because the next 2 rounds is exactly what is going to decide where I happen to go down with it. a very weird barricade. I usually don't get hurt while putting down barricades, but somehow Skullex got hurt while putting down a barricade. Well, you've got to be careful with that little machine that comes out in the end. Just must have come in towards and hit him in the leg. No, I'm just kidding. Must have come up with a pre-fire from the attackers, but we didn't get to see that, and that's why I'll not talk about it. Skullex is still holding up on the roam play down below. This has been the case for so many teams. There you go, Ghost Freak adding up to him as well. And somehow the farmer roaming, not the best of positions to be on. You want to make sure you try and bring our maximum Legion mines on site. But hey, I get Ghost Freak's approach. I've had this conversation time and time again with him. He has a pretty straightforward approach that if nobody's alive to step on the Legion mine, that would be a better scenario for me to be on rather than just sitting on site and farming Legion mines. But that will be something that we'll find out as we happen to go ahead and see what Ghost Freak happens to bring out. That was the ace was the only thing that we got to see him coming out in the first round, but he's not had his shining moments after that. There you go. The shining moment comes in from Bot. What a beautiful shot onto a Widby. Just happened to track his head down, and that really crispy tap came onto him. The carbine, you love to see kills like that. We'll be headed to 1 minute 20-second mark, and already XTM Esports are looking like they want to cement the lead even further.
Oh, well, Nanny might have something to say about that. Swinging wide on that newly opened breach. He's going to find one, and that is Bot taking care of the refrag. It comes in, and it couldn't have come in at a better time, arguably speaking, because now that's opened up a whole point of entry. However, Rene could he potentially could have found somebody all the way out towards Tower T2, but no, he will not. Triggered in the meanwhile, stunned out of his mind. The Zofia is pushing in. Hussein will take the kill as well. And that is the Zofia finding one more, but there's Ghost Freak to fire back. Boom will drop, and the Legion rotating around. Will he be seen? Yes, he will. And finally taken down. That spray did not work at all. He would have too many shots for that to go his way. Skullex still playing down below. Could have something to say about the plant that will come in, and it's gonna have to be Nanny. But question is, how long will they have left when they go for the plant? It all depends on that, because Nanny, oh, that's a good spot to go. Fred Rennie in the meanwhile is going to find Hussein, though. That's going to put a dent in those plants. C4 goes out, no damage done. Another one, and no damage done there. The Ash finds the mute, shuts him down, and now Skullex has to come in, use his gun for the 1v2. Will he find the Maverick? No, he won't. Skiffy comes around from behind the bomb inside of kids' dorms and finish the round. We'll see that in the action replay right there as round 5 will go the way of Dauntless as well. Looks like Dauntless has showed up, ladies and gentlemen. They are swinging for the fences and connecting very, very well indeed. That has prompted a site change from the side of Exterminate's defense, as we are going to be headed to Basement Laundry and Supply Room on the last round before role swap. And there's only two ways this can go from here. Either Dauntless Esports cements their momentum, making it a 3-3 equalizer, going to defense, putting themselves on the advantage, or Exterminate finally puts a dent in that building momentum and brings themselves back 4-2 up, going into attack. We're about to find out which way it goes, because honestly, after these last two rounds, it could go either way.
First things first, what I got to see coming back from the last round from Dauntless Esports was a very methodical approach onto how they happened to dismantle the entirety of the defense, coming down to that 2 versus 2 towards the end. They knew exactly what's up. There were 2 C4s in the back pocket for Skullex, and cannot remember who that was, but it did come down to 2 players from the side of the defense. It was a good position for the defense to be on as well. That was Ren, in fact, yes. The C4s from both of them did not connect, but it was that Nanny came in with the bait plan first and foremost, then made the push in towards a position that his teammate can take advantage from as well and provide him cover, and that was their play. They knew with the kill on site in their pocket, all that to worry about was the defender coming up from White Stairs. All of the drones just giving them so much more information, in fact. Definitely that flank must have gotten noticed, but that out of the way, that was a very good way for dealing with defenders on site and dealing with the potential C4 plant situation. That was very well played from Dauntless Esports. Honestly, there were so many little things that they did right that we usually don't see so many teams bring out. It was a situation very well handled and very well taken care of. We'll be seeing the mute jammers not being employed this time around. and somehow it looks like the drone was just left lifeless. For a second, when the drone stopped mid-journey, I thought it got jammed by a mute jammer. No, that's not the case because there's no mute being employed. Hossein meanwhile is taking so much damage. There comes another impact nade, and that's Nan who's taking some, but not from that impact though. Triggered not able to land his mines correctly. He'll land the second one though, but that's just not enough. That'll be spotted. We'll still be seeing this attack coming in. Triggered will make sure he finds his first frag. Hossein will be the one to take the fall. He's playing in a very good spot right now. Harry Potter, as they say it. He's got to play this with perfection. He's got the Melusi charge for himself to help with as well. But that's it. He's used both of his impact nades rather. And all he has right now is his very trusty gun and his very trusty teammates. Would be taking so much more damage. This is becoming a more of a bottleneck attack. Coming in from the side of Nautilus Esports. We'll see Trigger get dropped, but here's the refight quickly enough. But that was a very bad move for XTM Esports. 3 people on to finish 1 downed enemy. How greedy can you be? As another one goes down. All right, that was the Maestro. Bot will be the one to take the fall. A 4 versus 2 all of a sudden. Triggered still out there in the middle of the battlefield, just bleeding out to death. It's all under Ren and Skullex. Let's see what comes out of it in a 2 versus 4 situation.
That is exactly what they're in right now. Effectively a 2 versus 4 out of some very bad decisions made by Exterminate. Some tells me they might be just panicking slightly as Trigger will finally be confirmed onto. Rennie is actually pushing up and he will be punished for that, leaving his only teammate Skullex in a 1v4 that he will not be able to do anything about. Terrible decision making from the side of Exterminate, lining up and pushing very ill-advised situations, trying to sort of force their way back into contention for the round and paying even greater and greater prices for it, as just like we predicted earlier, Dauntless Esports will in fact make it 3-3 on the round count, put themselves on the equalizer, going into the defense on the other side of round 7. They're headed to basement laundry and supply room, and with the momentum firmly planted in their favor, this is gonna be a very interesting game. Exterminate, they're gonna really need to calm down. That last round, that could have been the sign of an unfortunate storm coming.
That is for sure. You don't want to get too ahead of yourselves. Just want to keep your calm, want to make sure you're playing this peacefully, you're playing this properly, and you're making the best of the situation. With that being said, round 7 will be underway. If we could take a quick look at the scoreboard, Aizen. There we go. Thank you for that. Ghost Freak with 7 frags, Skullex on 5. Meanwhile, on the other side on Dauntless Esports, we've got 7 for a Away with Nani follow-up on the 5 as well. That's been the kill count so far in the lobby. That's what we get to see coming around the first half, successfully completed. That was a very good first half. Honestly, coming back to see what Dauntless Esports just tried to make amends for themselves, just wanting to make sure that they make the push happen very well and very potently so. Beautifully well done. A good execute on the attack from Dauntless Esports, and they look to change this advantage. That was XTM's before the first half came into effect. Before the second half came into effect, it'll be something that they'll be taking that advantage for themselves. Something tells me that they're definitely up for taking that advantage. Defense, a very viable situation for you to be on, especially on Oregon. It's going to be a very interesting take as to how I see XTM Esports try and make amends to their own mistakes, because what we did get to see coming back from the last round was a very, I'd say, a series of many mistakes. I wouldn't even say unfortunate events at this point. They were very deliberate mistakes, and hopefully XTM Esports will be able to solve stuff on that. Kali, meanwhile, it looks like that'll be just a stray shot. There's nothing on that. There's nobody's name written on it, at least not yet. I still got so much more utility to go down. Try and burn that out. The blue bunker push will be underway. Let's see what it happens to unfold.
Right now with the Kali in play, Skullex is waiting in the wings for some of the defenders to mess up, peek him, and get taken out. For the time being, he's just going to use his lance for utility burn. And so much going out. Flashbangs, you have lances, you're going to have summer breaches in a second. The Kali still keeping on. Finally, Renee, on the other hand, trying to take care of the shield, will not be able to. The ADS came back in time, and the smoke is still present. The Whitney is not down. Hussein will take down Triggered, mind you. That's a big drop as the canister goes out. We still got the Y just at the Harry Potter area. Ghost Freak will drop to that exact same person. And now that's put XTM in yet again a bad position. Skiffy finds what, excuse me. Hussein finds Renee, and it's all down to Skullex the Kali. He finds one, finds two. Hello! Man's not out yet. The sniper rifle is in play. and the Kali could most certainly make this into a very good situation for XTM. He just needs that little bit of time and a little bit of intel.
As honestly, that was a beautiful shot under the smoke from the Kali. Just happening to walk away from the first frag and able to connect on the second one. Just after the follow up and falling on his butt, beautifully well done. It looked a shot right off an right out of an action movie. But that's it. That's all that shot was. We don't see an attempt from Skullex. He thinks that this is highly unlikely that he'll be getting the ace clutch right now, right here, because hey, I believe in you, Skullex. You can definitely go for the attempt. It's a totally doable situation for you into making a 1v3 clutch. But I get it. If your team wants to just invest these 30 seconds into and just re-evaluating what went wrong and what should have gone right, that's okay. Take your time. That's exactly what this moment is for Skiffy. He's just he's actually not the only one who's having a good time on site, and I don't blame them. It's okay. You've got a lot of time to not worry about anything at this point. They know that there's no push coming in. It's a very understood factor. That definitely it's just a wait and wait time at this point. It's just the time that XTM Esports will be taking for themselves into reanalyzing, reevaluating everything that went wrong for them, and that's just it. I don't think that XTM Esports has been able to give I would say, the equal amount of seriousness to what we saw Dauntless Esports come out in the last few rounds. It's been a lackluster performance from them. XTM Esports started off strong, but coming back into this, it's been a little. It's a little too linear of a push. It's not something I'm a fan of, but it'll be something that let's see what they happen to unfold as we happen to go ahead. Round 8 will be underway. We've got the 6 pick coming in. Ghost Freak will pick the 0. All right, he's picked Sam Fisher, as that'll be from the IQ. That's right. There you go. He's finalizing it. I was a little concerned that he might just happen to come off of that pick, but no. Perfect certainty he's going to bring that out. Bot, meanwhile, he's brought out the ace once again. Triggered and then both of them on. It's interesting how we see XTM Esports still looking to make this a little more of a frag approached session for themselves. We've got the Yana, the Ash, and Zero. It's turning out to be, like I said, it's a very one-sided approach from the side of XTM Esports. Dauntless Esports is not a team you just want to pick gunfights on. Dauntless Esports knows exactly how to win them. We've seen so many examples of it, and that's exactly what I think is coming out from them. Dauntless Esports playing on their own turf right now. They're able to take this gunfight with so much more ease. They're the ones on defense, just the way the meta happens to go as well. So many things just happen to turn out in their favor, and they're making sure that they're taking every single advantage that they can take. XTM Esports, I think they need to hustle a little. They need to bring up everything that is lacking on their side right now, because just from the looks of it, they're definitely struggling to bring that momentum back up. But I definitely will be looking forward to see them put themselves back on their feet again, and possibly bring in the equalizer this time around. That is on round 8. Let's see what it happens to unfold to us. We've got Hussein already holding down the shield. We've got the push coming in from the armory as well. There's so much already going down. Let's see what happens to unfold.
And he coming under some contention right now. One grenade burning the ADS, the second one exploding harmlessly. As Skullex, he was busy pre-aiming the window just in case the Jaeger got the bright idea to peek, but he didn't. Manny is still safe where he is. Droned out, admittedly, but his position is not being challenged as hard as the side of XTM could do. You've got the upside down rappel from the Iana coming in, and you have a couple of operators out towards the bedroom balcony, and there we go. Nanny himself will peek, expose his head, and Rene will shut him down. Much needed early kill for XTM, who for the past 4 rounds have looked very much out of it. Bot's gonna find another one. Hussein will fall, and suddenly the shift is here, but there's a C4 from Boom from down below, and it will find one, but Skiffy has been downed in the meanwhile. The Goyo inside the site. He can be revived, mind you. He's just inside of attic. Pretty safe. He's got the gas canisters coming off from the smoke to cover that exact revive. Diffuser has been recovered. It's with Skullex the sniper right now, and we could have the summer breaches coming in from. Never mind, the ace is dead. It took me a second to remember that one. But Ghost Freak, he does have the secondary hard breach that he can use in this situation. Pretty good backup, all things considered. Pretty good backup for the side of the attack. XTM will have to, yep, there we go, set it down, wait for it to explode, and it does, providing entry into site. 50 whole seconds remaining in this 3v4 situation. It can still go either way. Dauntless Esports have proven and come back from worse situations than this. As we have what a bit of a white circle from Boom. He just needs to make sure that he doesn't get peeked, and he might just be. The Ash is right there, propelling up towards the big window of sight. 30 seconds and less. Time is of the essence. Alex will come in past the pre-fire of Ghost Freak, and there we go. The plant is coming off. It's going to kick this round into high gear. Ash shots are fired, but Boom will find him. The planter goes down, and he gets a triple. Where is this coming from? Rennie finds Skipper in the meanwhile. It's a 2v2, but the plant has not been recovered, and it will not be at all. Boom with the quad of Vidwi, following up with the finisher. That is how you take a round. Dauntless Esports absolutely unwilling to go back from the advantage. They are not going to allow Exterminate Esports to retake the momentum that they have spent the last 4 rounds building up, and they're going to add one more to that, going 5-3 up into first floor kitchen and dining hall. This is a sudden turnaround from 0-3. Indeed, Dauntless looking very strong. Exterminate, not so much.
XTM Esports, they definitely have found themselves in quite the corner here, quite the pinch. This is not exactly what I expected to see out of XTM Esports, judging from the first few rounds. But hey, it's this game that is full of surprises. And this time around, it's Dauntless Esports who's brought us one of those surprises. Very good performance coming in from them. They're making sure that the second half is completely theirs. Why wouldn't it be? Defense, a very good place for you to get started on into making that comeback. And that's exactly what Dauntless Esports did. Gave us the equalizer in the first half and then took 3 rounds back to back. That's been the case so far. Let's see, or rather 2 rounds, excuse me. Let's see if they'll be able to take 3 and take match point for themselves. That's going to be the outlook right now, because XTM Esports, they've found themselves a good opportunity to try and fight back. It's going to be kitchen and dining for the side, and that means it is a little unorthodox from what we usually get to see teams play out. It's a good opportunity for XTM Esports to make amends. Would be meanwhile, he's brought out the smoke. And yeah, just from the way we happen to look at it, it's the denial that is not even coming into effect. Dauntless Esports, we are getting to see them just making sure they are tearing through XTM and shutting down the players whenever the time is right. It's a very well-timed defense I'm getting to see from the side of Dauntless Esports as well. No early picks given away, and that's been the key factor for them, unlike what we got to see from XTM Esports on the other side of this match. That out of the way, Rin once again, he'll make sure he just sprays away, he's making his way up top. That's exactly what the attackers want to establish right now. The top floor control, the kids' doms control towards and all the way towards the small tower control. That will be taken down slowly but steadily from the attackers, as they've got an altar to fight against. They know that, and so does Bot. Selma Beaches, any moment now they could come on. Ghost Freak is a little scared as to how he's supposed to approach, and there you go. The Selma Breaches will get stopped with the impact trick coming in through the walls. It's really well done. Good tricks coming in from the side of the defense. They're trying to keep the attackers at bay, but will that be enough or not is the real question that I'm here to find out.
Well, given everything we've seen so far from XTM, even when they had the advantage in that last round, they could not make it work. Triggered will come in with his Iana Gemini Replicator to get some intel, whilst Ghost Freak, he's found a pretty important kill as he's trying to just take care of the Evil Eye. There we go. Grant goes in. Evil Eye will disappear. Nice little magic trick right there from the sledge as Clear is coming in. Hussein is about to be pushed from the looks of it from the side of Exterminate, who are just looking to get in once again. They've got that man advantage early, and they haven't been reflagged onto just yet, which is what really matters right now. The fact that they have not lost a single body. Impact trick attempt, but it won't matter. The Maestro gets taken out because you had Bot peeking. Meanwhile, Skeefy's found one, only for a Vidwi to go down to Rennie. The plant is coming out from Triggered as Skeefy and Nani are the last 2 remaining. Will the plant be stopped? Not this time, not from the looks of it. The Goyo drops, but Skylex will find him, and that's going to leave Nani, the last man standing, coming up shower corridor. How much can he do? The window next to him got broken, and there's Bot from inside a small tower to shut him down. Finally, Exterminate Esports, after a long moment of just absolutely nothing really, will come back strong on round 9 to put themselves one round closer to the equalizer yet again. And this time, they've got a good chance of finally putting a stop to the streak of round wins from Dauntless Esports. They still got one more to go just to equalize, and then you still have the lead to be taken. Plenty of work yet to be done from both sides, all things considered. One side is yet to take match point, the other is yet to equalize. And before they push for match point as well, Basement Laundry and Supply Room will be the side of choice, and we're about to find out which way this match truly will go.
That's right. This is turning out to be an interesting match, and like I predicted, we came down to thinking that XTM Esports might find themselves a good round of conversion, and that's exactly what they did. They took the advantage of Dauntless Esports going to a rather unorthodox side, and they made sure to get that side at least for themselves. And now Dauntless Esports, all they have to do is make sure they get their story straight, they get their victory straight right now. It's just 2 rounds that is separating them from a possible victory. But when I speak about it, 2 rounds does sound like a long journey. Now that you know XTM Esports is back on your tail, knowing that they want to keep this fight up and running, they want to bring out the equalizer and take match point for themselves. Neither of these teams so far have taken match point yet, but at least it is, of course, Dauntless Esports who happens to be closer to it. Let's see if they'll be able to make that conversion or not, for that matter. It's only going to come down to round 10 revealing us that. But he's brought out the Hibana. Triggered will be on the Nomad once again. We've gotten to see this stuff from the attackers, and there you go. Finally, the Hibana and the Maverick duo we're getting to see come out. Not the ace. Hibana has proven to be very dynamic, just as you have. Excuse me once again. I'm not sure what's happening with me and my vocab today, but yeah, it's definitely taking me a buffer time to just find words. But yeah, just having to come back to what I was trying to convey is we do have bot bring out the Hibana. So much more versatility and dynamic she happens to offer as an operator to hard breach is beautiful. You definitely could swap her out and swap her in for the ace pick, or maybe even the Maverick. It's just how we want to approach this this particular map. We've got Ghost Freak already making his way in on the side of Zulu. I'm not sure if this attack is the best way to go with it, because right now we still have somebody on up top. That is going to be a roamer from the defense. And look at that. There's an attacker still on spawn. That is very weird. We still got somebody droning from spawn. That just does happen to bring me back to some old rank days. Very weird. We're minute and 30 into the match. Hussein is still left out on the roam, and this is going to get spotted. XTM Esports, I don't think this is the best of attacking strategies coming out from them. Honestly, just from the looks of it, Dauntless Esports is more than prepared for a situation like this, unless, of course, they happen to do something really, really out of the box stupid. Let's see if that'll be the case or not. We've still got a 5-4 and pre-fires and the kill. Rennie will make sure he gets a frag onto Boom, but Hussein is here to get the refrag on the win. We still got a 4 versus 4 with a quick refrag established, and the push is still coming in from Freezer. Let's see what turn this match happens to take now.
The same peeking wide right next to Goyo's shield. He's got protection from mainstay, but for how long is the real question. Trying to find the attackers one by one. He's practically fighting a one-man battle right now until the gas canisters come in and the support will shift where it needs to. Nothing from the back end towards tower. It's Hussein finding Triggered, but there's bot to turn on to Natty. Big important kill right there, only for Ghost Freak to fall. Hussein is popping off this round. Skeefy takes a bit of damage. Meanwhile, the smoke will fall. Skullx, and the C4 comes in. Somehow does not kill bot. Where's the Womai going? He will be taken care of by the Hibana. It's all down to Skeefy. Last man standing. Goya shield popped. Takes a bit of damage. He's coming around. He knows where the Hibana is at the very least. Bot could be under contention right now, but he's going to flashbang it off, try to peek, but the Goya will come in. Beautiful headshot onto Skullx, and that leaves bot only so little time. No other entry other than freeze a door, and he will go down. 1v2 for Skeefy. He wins these, ladies and gentlemen, and Dauntless Esports take match point, I believe, as it will be seen in the instant replay. Match point to Dauntless Esports, excuse me, and they will be the ones one round away from finishing this. XTM, very, like Foxy said, very odd decision to really just all push through Freezer and they really paid the price for it. Freeze main stairs, not a bad decision, but the execution really left a lot to be desired.
I think we'll dive a little deeper into that round once we happen to go to reliving the moments, because that round had so many things just a little out of place. You know what you get to see from a very standard attack round from just from how you happen to see an
Attackers
Oregon
need to
map
locate
layout.
and defuse as
So
many bombs
definitely
as they
something
can.
that we'll be getting on in the talks later. Hopefully we get to catch an interview with one of the players from XTM Esports later and ask what went through their head in that last attacking round. Very bizarre, honestly. The position and the entirety of the round didn't make sense to me. It's a very weird round. But hey, it was Dauntless Esports to take advantage of it. They got match point for themselves and secured a great place that they can just happen to have a breather. It's okay if they happen to lose one round. Honestly, it's not, because it's good for XTM Esports at a very good position to make that comeback. But yeah, they definitely got a breather now,
5 seconds to
staying
go.
staying on the deficit coming back into the first half of this match, making sure they can make this comeback and the advantage in the second half with the match point status. A very good position to be on. Boom, he's come out to be very destructive today as Ghost Freak. Desperate times require desperate measures. The line will be brought out from the attackers. We've still got Zofia being employed by Triggered, and hey, it's still been that foot from XTM Esports. We've still got the Zofia, the Ash, and Bot and Skullex. They've been pretty much hard logged onto Maverick and Ace the entirety of the match. You need that kind of versatility for your team. You want to make sure the heart breach goes right, and I never happened to notice that, but are those solar panels?
Changing mags.
Anyways, those might be Skiffy. Looks like he had a message
then.
for us. Was that
Yep.
a smiley face? Yeah, was that? Yeah.
Yep, that certainly is.
Yep. All right.
Also
Okay,
moments.
honestly, that ready.
Okay, then.
So we'll make sure he cuts me off mid sentence. Hussein will be the one to take the fall through his gun. But hey, coming back to what Skippy is going to do, I was about to make a really sarcastic comment, but hey, he got the 1v2 clutch last time around in the last round, so he deserves that. He's just going to drop a smile. And wait, 2 downs coming in just from this little spray that Ren happened to bring in. Got the first frag. Nanny and Skiffy taken down. Ghost Freak got the kill under Hussein. Meanwhile, it's all under WD, who just got his friend revived. Nanny is back on his feet, but it's suddenly a very bad situation for Dauntless Esports to be on. What did the Ash just do, and how did everybody just come into the line of sight from the main window? There goes another. What's going on? How is this information not being given away? Do the defenders not know where the shots came in from? Rene is still looking to find more, and that was Nanny, the last man alive. He's going to get his teammate back up on his feet, but this is a little too late. 2 versus 5. Looks like the line pick might have just worked for the side of the attackers. XTM Esports going for the plan right now. They're sticking it. This is looking like a very difficult position for DE to be on, but Nanny will fight through it. He's going to get the first frag. Ghost Freak, a good attempt on his not so possible. We'll be seeing Goyo to getting taken down as well through his own C. Wait a minute. Skiffy is going to lose his life over his own C4. That was not the best of situations to be on, honestly. Finding yourselves in that position and just giving up on yourselves. Don't do that, Skiffy. It's okay. We get it. It was a 2 versus 5, but that's okay. That's sadly, I'm really sad for Skippy right now. The man wanted to show us a smiley face on stream, and we got that. We got that a little late, but the man, when he was about to blow himself up, Eisen made sure we got everything on that on cam. So it's once again Skiffy having his unfortunate moment being played on stream again. That was a little sad though. He's going to blame it on the game. I'm going to blame it on him. Jokes apart, we'll be taking a quick look at the scoreboard. If you could just see that, look at how much, boy, oh boy, triggered. Except triggered, everybody else is so triggered against Dauntless Esports from XTM. 10, 9, 9, and 10 again. What is that scoreboard? This is definitely looking very good. 1 kill away that we get to see almost everybody on double digits. This is not a regular scoreboard we get to see. That is showing how much weight the entirety of XTM Esports is trying to carry and fight back. But coming back to Dauntless Esports as well, they've not been any shy of, getting their own kill counts and making sure that they put their own rounds on board. But like I said, that 1 round of a breather that they had has just been cut off, and we've entered the round of 1, 6-5 match points still for Dauntless Esports. Will XTM take us to overtime? That's something Blackjack will. I think he's the better one to answer us about that.
Well, currently, just like you said, Foxy, it is the round of ones. That is, of course, because Dauntless one round away from finishing off this entire game, ending it here, and helping us move on to the next game, or Exterminate. Taking the round, equalizing, and finishing us, finishing this the normal round rate conversion and going into overtime. Interestingly enough, Ghost Freak bringing out the Amaru for the G8 and the Gata hook and some flashbangs. In fact, we saw him go up to T3 of Tower just a second ago while his attacking buddies are following soon. Right now, we're just sort of going to be in a bit of a waiting period. Dauntless, of course, they've consolidated most of their positions. They know where the attackers are coming in from for the most part. We've got Bot and Skullex teaming up to try and reach Tower, able to successfully, without any help needed from the Maverick, mind you. There were no mute jammers. In fact, there's no mute or Bandit or Kaid coming out from DE, so it looks like they're not emphasizing on those operators. More likely, they're just bringing in a denial in terms of both area, time, and utility, all three aspects of which XTM have plenty of. Bot pre-firing through the attic window, trying to find the Goyo. Skiffy just hanging back, waiting his turn, trying to get a kill or two. Will he be able to is the real question. The man's just waiting in the wings. While sitting behind a very, very volatile Vulcan shield. We have the Melusi being spotted down below inside of kitchen as well. Position given away for Boom could lead to his death if he's not careful. Hussein gonna find Ghost Freak in the meanwhile. That's a big drop and looks like that was just outside of that danger window. Nanny takes a bit of damage. That's the big window of sight being broken open. Did a bit of damage to him, but not a whole lot. Kills haven't been confirmed, other than the one onto Ghost Freak, of course, leaving XTM at a man disadvantage.
Man disadvantage is exactly where they are right now. They so divey want to get this round for themselves and push this to overtime. There you go, Bot adding up to that exact desperation I was talking about. They're trying to stay very much alive in this round, but that might just be adding up to a better kill. Rennie spawns Nanny, and Dauntless Esports finding themselves on a very bad position. 3 versus 4. They're getting cornered and finding themselves in a pinch. Skullex still waiting to make his push at the right time from the attic. Bot meanwhile is taking so much damage. He has to push it from the Ash. Rennie gets another. That's a double kill for the Ash. He's got the white stays controlled. So much damage is coming out from the defense, but no, somehow the barricade opening was not noticed. The C4 goes up to nothing, and here's everything all on a Wibby. He's going to get a frag, shotgun in hand. Not the best of guns to take a fight with, but here's the push up from the Ash, and she gets that frag. Rennie with a triple kill. Rather, I'll make sure XTM Esports take us to overtime. That was quite the round. And hey, like I said, XTM Esports, they are not here, not ready to give up either. And that takes us Blackjack.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble? Overtime is in play. What a round coming out from the side of Exterminate Esports. Just like Foxy said, they have shown back up and they are not ready to give up, not in the slightest, ladies and gentlemen, as we are in a very, very interesting position indeed, all things considered. Basement Laundry and Supply Room will be the side of choice, and we have a Ghost Freak bringing out the Blackbeard. Very interesting 6-pick right there, while Boom brings in the Melusi once again out of the Kaid. I'm interested to see the fact that Blackbeard is being brought in. That means it's time for those big guns. It's time for the big plays, ladies and gentlemen. Blackbeard is in the house. Just like when you see Skullex with that Kali pick, you know it's about to be big for Dauntless. Similarly with XTM, you see the Blackbeard come out from Ghost Freak, you know they're about to try and make it big as well. Basement Laundry couldn't have asked for a better site for the showdown, as well as we've had so many interesting round turnouts happen on this basement area. It's always a pleasure to see both teams going at it, all guns blazing, everything out in the open. They know each other through and through, at least for this match, and it seems that right now it's going to be a test, a battle of attrition between both sides. Who can come out on top and how quickly is the real question. Ghost Freak playing Blackbeard DMR as well, SR25. Been a while since we've seen that weapon in hand, mind you. But it's a pretty powerful gun. The theme with DMRs generally is slightly low ammo count, but very good damage output. And that's why, you know, they're fairly viable, all things considered, especially in competitive, where you want to take down your enemies quickly and not afford them a chance to strike back. Speaking of which, Ghost Freak pushing through kitchen, going for a bit of a roam clear right now. Probably has a drone or two just around his vicinity, feeding him intel as the Black Bay pushes up towards White Stairs. The door is barricaded. He's requesting intel backup as he will hold the other side, the tower entry, just in case anybody, say Skeefy, say Nanny, gets a bright idea to go for a big flank. And there we go. The drone from Scullix will spot that actually. Somebody on the back tower stairs. This could be big for XTM. They could start off with a big kill, and Hussein could be the first one to go down. If he does, Dauntless are left a little bit more crippled than they would like to be. We've seen this before, where Dauntless, once they lose players like Hussein, Nani, or a Vidwi, it sort of starts to slowly crumble. Their defense or their offense. They somewhat rely on their players. And I say somewhat because, again, we've seen their other team members do some fantastic plays and clutches. Just in this match alone, Skeefy with that 1v2, that was a very good play a few rounds ago. And it was on this very same site. And there we go. Hussein's going to start off strong, finding Rene. And with 65 seconds remaining, that's not the time to lose Rash.
Oh, what a shot from Hussein. That connect though, a beautiful one. Bot will be the one to take the fall. Boom, meanwhile, adding up to that destruction. It's just Dauntless Esports eating up XTM, but here's Triggered. He has other opinions. He's going to get a double off his own. Whitby gets another. Scullix gets one more. Suddenly we are left in a 1 versus 2 with Scullix, the only attacker left standing with 40 seconds and 2 defenders separating his fate from going forward. We've still got the push coming in. I don't think the smoke knows this, but that's it. No, that's not. He somehow walks away with that, still breathing in that toxic canister. He knows exactly that this fight is not going the way he's expecting it to. But no! Whitby is caught off guard. Why is he in the hallway? He'll be the one to take the fall. And now suddenly it's a 1 versus 1 that Nanny has to win. 15 seconds. He's got this. He's got the diffuser, mind you. That is, of course, Scullix. He could go for the diffuse if he wants to. It could be a possible bait. 10 seconds. He's going for the push right now. Nanny knows exactly what's up. He has to pick this fight, but no, he won't. He's just got to stay alive, and that's exactly what he'll do. That's the play from Nanny. Or is it not? Scullix with the play. XTM Esports walk away with the 1 versus 2 clutch. We did not see coming. What was that? What was that, Dauntless Esports? You've got to give us an explanation for it, because that is the Skull XL brain play like we talk about. What did the Mavericks just bring out? 6-7 overtime match point back in the plate for XTM Esports.
I mean, you don't get to see those every day. The last second, the very last second for the Maverick, there was nothing, absolutely nothing that could have saved the round other than that. And all the Jaeger had to do was stay behind cover. He did not need to move. And yet, he tried to run 1 millisecond. And the mistake was made, caught, and punished. That was a terrible play for the side of Dauntless. That could have been it. They could have taken overtime match point, and they could have gone potentially into the victory, because they're on the attack, and we are going to second floor kids' dorms. They've taken this site multiple times before. They could have done it again had they just held on. Both defending operators making some terrible decisions right at the end. You had this smoke pushing the hallway for no particular reason, not even looking at sight where the Maverick was already pre-firing from, and then you had the Jaeger randomly deciding to try and make a break for it. Why would you do that? You had cover. You had cover. I mean, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, there are some questions that nothing will ever give us the answer to. And with that, XTM taking overtime match point is going to put them in a big position indeed. They have the position of power. They're in the driver's seat. Dauntless Esports, unfortunately, finding themselves on the back foot, on the attack. They have to make amends here and now, push for maximum overtime, because if they are not able to, then ladies and gentlemen, it will be XTM's game finishing up where they left off after that very dominating 3-0 beginning. And that feels like so long ago now, how the rest of this match has transpired. The 3-0 beginning from XTM, it feels like a different game entirely at this point. Hussein pre-firing through the newly made lines of sight of the Maverick, who, that is, of course, Skiffy right there, trying to get the soft breach done. A bit be taking the damage, so does Boom, but nothing big coming onto them just yet. They're more than fine, in fact, and they will continue activities as normal. Skiffy getting the breach done on tower, just slowly pushing in as it goes. You don't have to. Oh, but a one-tap comes in. Hello, Boom. From the other side, the man found bot. And that will be one more taking care of. XTM dropping an operator, not at a good time, mind you. With a minute 30 and less remaining, Dauntless, the man advantage, could not have come at a better time.
Well, coming back to this 5 versus 4 that we find ourselves in, at least from the side of the defense, they've definitely got to put up more than just a fight. Bot already being lost early in the round, not the best of positions to start off on. This might be getting kicked onto maximum overtime. That's exactly where I see this being headed. Dauntless Esports do not want XTM Esports to walk away with this one, but the name does happen to say Exterminate Esports. Let's see if they stand true to it. Boom. Adding up to that destruction they've been bringing on. It's been death and destruction from the side of Dauntless Esports whenever they happen to make pushes like these. They've just been able to get these kills just right in time, but no, there's going to be Rennie just bringing one and trying to keep things alive for his own team. They still got a 4 versus 5. Make that a 3 versus 3. They just saw Ghost Week get a frag. And, well, that'll be the conversion onto Boom. A long angle being applied from the Legion himself, but he's taking some damages as pre-fire does not connect. Ghost Week is low on HP, and so is Hussein, but Nani will make sure he shuts down Rennie first and foremost. Ghost Week, meanwhile, does get down. I don't think Nani knows that, but that pre-fire just did the job for him. It's a 1 versus 3 now for Skullex. Man is in the situation of a clutch once again. The Capta bolts are coming out so many places that he cannot just go through onto. C4 will be out, and that is, of course, going to give away his position. I think at this point the comms will be giving away that there is going to be Ghost Peak that is still down on the white stairs. It's a 1 versus 3, and there you go. The push-up is going to get spotted. Skullex just trying to make his way through and out. Nani gets the final frag as well. It was the Nani show coming back to this round, and like I said, I can clearly see this guy getting kicked to overtime match point once again at the final round. Round 15 is where we'll be headed, people. Maximum overtime. There's nothing after this. This is the dead end of a match that you can happen to reach. This is the final match for all the cards, for all the stakes, for all the marbles. Right here, right now. Round 15 will be underway. Let's see who happens to take it home.
The final round of the game, maximum overtime, is in play, and we are headed once again to basement, laundry, and supply room. Interestingly enough, on the other side of overtime, coming in, both sides have won their attacking rounds, one to a very, now that I look back, they say hindsight is 2020, very interesting clutch play coming out from the side of the attack. That was XTM, excuse me, while Dauntless, a very good attacking round in their own right. They're on the defense back to the site where they failed just a few moments ago, trying to make amends again. As somebody said a while ago, after a loss like that, it takes quite a bit to come back from it. And Dauntless have shown us that they are not ready to end things here. They will not be letting things go like that. They are fighting for more than just the points at this point. They're fighting for their honor, and so are XTM. Both sides not willing to give it up, and as they should be playing for all the marbles, just like Foxy said, the whole cake, all the marbles, all the stakes, and whatever other metaphors are out there for this particular situation. English. as round 15 will be kicked into action phase. Still reinforcement coming up, slightly late from DE, but they can get it done. They need to finish that setup quickly. The king is in play from Ghost Streak, indicating that XTM does not want to wait. Scullix is already in. Elbow, is he gonna find somebody? Yes, the smoke goes down. It's a 4v5 suddenly. The Maverick is in, and Rennie's found one more. Skiffy will fall. XTM, they're coming in, falling into sight, and ringing the death knell that is going to follow, ladies and gentlemen. It's all down to this, but Hassan's gonna fire back, finding Triggered. Can he find the three others that are inside of blue? He will. That's one more. Hassan coming in to find bot. Much needed. The ace will fall. 3v3 position given away. Ghost Freak takes him out. The call-outs are in, and it could be anybody's game right now. You still have Maestro in play, along with Nani standing tall on the Jaeger. This is gonna be very, very close indeed. XTM trying to fall in quickly. However, it isn't quite done yet. Two operators remain, and or a plant stands in the way of victory for Exterminate Esports.
That's right, finding themselves in a bad man deficit. Boom and Nani are going to have to play this right, but no, Nani's going to be taken down, and that's Rennie making sure he comes up and acts up for his team. It's all down to Boom. The all-out will act up, but that's it. That's it, people. That's the shutdown. That's the cleanup. XTM Esports says no to Nautilus Esports. Walking away with this match. That will be them with the 8-7 victory. What a play and what a display of skill from this team. It's been them just coming out with this amazing legacy that they've built in the Pro League. It's just not XTM Esports winning this match. It's them sending out a message out there, a statement for all the Division 1 teams to just reconsider the stuff that they've been doing, because we definitely have a new contender up in this lobby. What a show of performance. What a beautiful match we just got to witness.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. This game came so close, even to the end. A 2v3 to finish it off, and it looked like it could go either way until Nani got downed. I mean, it's been a great game when you know that even on round 15, even in a 3v2, until one operator is actually down on the ground, that's when the final advantage is secured. That's how well both of these teams are played, and we're going to have a chance to look at it all. Once again, the highlights of the match that we just had in Relive the Moment going live on your screens once again. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. What a game and a half. This is what we love to see. It's what we're here to cast. It's what we're all here to spectate and to talk about for days to come. It's matches like these that make a competitive Siege what it is. Such a great game between Exterminate and Dauntless Esports. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, nothing can take away from that, but nothing can also take away from the fact that Exterminate, they may have been the ones to win, but looking at the way they began against Dauntless Esports, 3-0. Can you believe we went to maximum overtime after that beginning from XTM? Dauntless, it speaks volumes of their integrity as a team, their coordination, and just how much they love to play with each other, how much they know to coordinate and what to do once they get going, that they managed to push back this hard. It was just amazing all around. And sure, you know, silly mistakes and self C4s aside, those are just small moments in a match here and there. And, you know, I'd say Skiffy, despite self C4, just like I mentioned a second ago, pretty sure he made more than up for that with that 1v2 clutch later on. It's just those things, man. It's just the way these matches turn around on its own head every single time. 180s every single time. You can never properly predict how this match was gonna go. I mean, just before the match began, both me and Foxy were sitting here, you know, just waiting, preparing for the match, as it were, kind of expecting XTM to take a lead early, maybe even take the game pretty easily. Dauntless, we hadn't seen them on stream for a while now, so, you know, we thought maybe they might be a little rusty, maybe they might, you know, be a little all over the place, and certainly the way they began lent credence to our thoughts, but boy, the way they came back, I'm sure Foxy can articulate better about that than I can. Foxy, your thoughts, man?
Honestly, this was definitely an amazing match. You know, just coming back to just from a viewer's perspective as well. I came back to this match expecting XTM Esports coming out with a very, I would say, better performance than what I usually get to see from them, because that's been them. Yesterday as well, I saw it. I in fact let out the same finishing statement as well yesterday when they happened to win, that there's a new contender in Division 1. You've got to be scared of a team like this. Just from the way they have that composure done right, it just looks perfect. It's beautiful. But that out of the way, XTM Esports, they brought more than I would say they've made very good amends to their mistakes, which they happened to just trip over towards the mid match. When we came down to talking about how XTM is just not able to make the pushes happen correctly, their attack has just not been able to crack that little window. Just as we happen to talk about it, they made sure that they came in with the corrections, and they made sure they got that fight left in them. And obviously, somehow that clutch did come in from from Skullx. We'll be taking a quick look at that after this round, that is. But yeah, coming back to just as I happen to talk about this today, we come down to this match and sit down expecting this with a nice dinner to chill. This was a match to get entertained and just enjoy straight and out. This was a clutch of a lifetime, honestly. Just coming up very weird, and just how it played out. I was why did he have to get up? What was this? Like, this made no sense. Nani just Nani's just having a little taste of his own medicine, I guess. But hey, it was a very unfortunate round for Dauntless Esports, because you come back from such a huge deficit and you happen to be so close to taking an advantage for yourselves, and imagine losing like that. Skullx was on 1 HP. He was literally on 1 HP. Anything could have happened at that moment, but it didn't. That amount of perseverance and just that amount of display of skill and that dedication, what we got to see from the players as well, was just beautiful today. What a match to start things off, honestly. A beautiful one for sure.
Absolutely. And as we wrap up Reel of the Moment, we will be quickly, going into a potential break. I'm not even sure at this point, because, ladies and gentlemen, the next match that we have right now, Union Gaming versus Red Vipers, another very, very, very interesting game indeed. And we'll be seeing you with that game live in just a short moment as all the teams join in to the lobby. We'll be right back on the other side of this break. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League 4 Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Foxy, and I'm an Eisen, as we are here, ladies and gentlemen, for the final game of Division 1 in their second day and the final day of the first week of this season 3, and what a way it was to start of day 2. I mean, that match between Exterminate and Dauntless left nothing to the imagination, really. They just played amazing, and an 8-7 finisher for XTM to call it home. With that being said, we're going to be heading to the second match of the night on the map of Clubhouse. It will be Union Gaming on the defense taking on Red Vipers, and we'll be joining our players right now in the ban phase of the map with the Thatcher ban to start us off. Nothing too surprising per se. Thatcher, he always sees a ban every single time we come to Clubhouse, except for the odd match in Division 3. Other than that, you always see a Thatcher ban. I mean, at this point, the man's been sitting around for quite a while, and I hope those benches have good lumbar support for a man of his age. But right now, he's been the first ban, and Red Vipers are the second ban. They will decide to ban Blackbeard. Pretty interesting right there. Clubhouse and a Blackbeard ban. Interesting, not too surprising per se, given Blackbeard's recent rise, shall we say, as more and more people have been playing a lot more Blackbeard because the meta has been freed up. It's not as, jailed into utility clearance and denial and all of that. People can peek a little bit more freely, just like we saw in the last game, and that ban is definitely going to help it a lot more. Wamai will be taken care of by the side of Red Vipers, and that leaves Union Gaming. The last ban is on their side. They're on the defense. They have the liberty to go for anyone. And as the timer ticks down, we're about to find out exactly who it will be. To round us out on this interesting ban phase, it is Mira, a standard one, to finish it all off. Thatcher, Blackbeard, Wamai, and Mira are your bans here on the final game of week 1. And with that, I've kept the man for the mic long enough. Foxy, what are your thoughts about this match?
About this match, coming back from a good aftertaste of the last match right now, still got it. We had an amazing match to start things off, so I expect nothing less of this match as well. But let's take a quick look at the rosters before we head into it. Anaconda, Surreal, Bearfur, Ali, and Powder from the side of I was almost about to say Instinct Esports, but hey, it's just a force of habit. Red Vipers. While on the other side, we've got Sparko, Dagger, EX7, Jittery, and Beat on the side of Union Gaming. It's going to be an amazing matchup that I can promise. I can already feel it. And the first round will be on Church and Arsenal Room. 6 picks will be coming in from both the sides, and quite interestingly, so we don't get to see that Montaigne being played, or rather, we do get to see that Montaigne being played with them being used in the 6 pick. EX7 brought out the Mozzie as well during that. So good use of intel. Once again, it's a very standard defense we get to see from UG. 2 players very focused on gaining intel. One of them a little focused on denying intel. And well, the last one just happens to find heads and clip them. That out of the way. Let's see what Red Vipers happens to offer. We haven't seen in a long time a very peculiar ban, honestly. Just as I got to see from them, we saw them take out Blackbeard and we saw them take out Wamai. Now they'll be the first ones to start off on attack. So Wamai ban is definitely going to help them. We know that for sure because Clubhouse does happen to rely so much on those projectile denial, and you want to make sure you at least have, sadly so, Powder will disconnect from the game. So that means Red Vipers will have to work with only 1 player for this round. That's already 1 man. Lesser Real also bringing in the heartbeat support, but Anaconda will be the first one to find the frag, and that'll get things back to a 4 versus 4. That's not essentially a good 4 versus 4 to find yourselves, and Ali meanwhile gets another wait. He's already on the side. Oh, he is in, boy. He's made his way all the way on some main stairs onto Moto. And this is a very, very daring push from Ali all by himself. He gets a double out of it. UG unaware of where this is coming from. And they are getting completely obliterated. And in fact, being feasted upon from this alligator. Well, let's see if he happens to bring out more of it. He's got the Jackal inside side. He's just got to watch these rotation holes. Let's see if some more of these defenders happen to come down in his crosshairs. Dagger and Beat, the only ones left remaining. I'm not sure what is going on in their heads right now because they are being pinched from every single angle. And there you go, the finish up from Ali as well. What a play! What a show of skill from the Jackal. This man really went out for it. He knew
Oh, he did.
exactly what's up. The mainstays push all in, and yeah, there we go. The Rios request will come in most definitely for the reconnection from the side of Red Vipers. But boy, oh boy, what a weird way to see things happen. I was not expecting to see UG not have a possible possible plan B just in their back pocket to keep things in control. Ali just happened to pick them up one by one. That was not expected.
Oh, absolutely. The man just went all in. Completely unexpected, catching UG by surprise. Red Vipers know that against a monolith that is Union Gaming, trying to take them out by doing the standard stuff doesn't exactly bode well for any team playing against them in a match like this. Sure, it may be just the first week, and UG could take things a little bit, a little bit laid back as they tend to do in the early days of any season. It's not exactly a guarantee per se, given recent events that I will only allude to and will never name. But overall, it's going to be a very interesting turnout because that first round definitely proved to UG that Red Vipers will go for those unorthodox out of the box plays because you'd expect Ying to be the one rushing, right? You'd expect the Candelas to be flying all over the place. ADS is catching them, but then another one comes in, everybody's flashed, and the Ying comes in, suddenly, boom, everyone's dead. But no, who is it? It's Ali with the Jackal coming in for a very quick, very early cleanup, shall we say. And that's one way to definitely make your mark in a match like this. And a very good way to start things off for Red Vipers, who definitely need every bit of advantage that they can get. Every inch that they will get from UG, they need to make full advantage of because UG will be giving away very few things very far in between. Even when they're laid back, they're a hard team to really beat as harkening back to the previous league. I do this a lot with Union Gaming, but some of these examples of the things that we talk about when it comes to UG comes from the previous league that we had because of reasons in this league that we're not exactly going to get into today. That's a conversation for a different day, ladies and gentlemen. Previous league, the one I'm talking about, of course, is the match against Valiance that they had at that time named TRN8 Valiance, currently LYSC Valiance. They had just gotten to Division 1 in Season 1 and Season 5, excuse me. And interestingly enough, Season 5 was also a time when Union Gaming had a little bit of a slump in their play. They were sort of going through an odd time with the majors and whatnot. It was just a weird time for everybody involved. But
Well,
even
one
then,
might say they were
mm.
saving strats for majors, but no, that's just there's some rumors I've heard. That's not
Hmm.
you didn't hear
through
it from me.
the through the grapevine, as it were. We all get our rumors from somewhere. But overall, it was an interesting match that they had against Valiance because initially UG were very laid back. They were taking it easy. Valiance were kind of struggling, but then Valiance actually started pushing back. They actually started fighting back pretty well, taking the lead even in certain instances. And UG were forced to suddenly perk up and play to their strengths. They started doing that. But even then, Valiance kept on pushing. It's almost as if they were learning as they fought the mammoth of this region. And UG most certainly had to pull out quite a bit that day. Just like Foxy said, they wanted to save strats. Again, rumors, rumor and hearsay, as it were. But they had to bring out some of those strategies. We saw them playing similar to like they do at the majors that day against Valiance. And it was a very interesting match going all the way to maximum overtime. That speaks about Union Gaming, really. They like to be laid back early before they pick things up, excuse me, right towards the end. When it looks like they might not be able to take that top spot, they come back from out of nowhere and snatch it right out of the waiting jaws of any team who will eventually become second place. That didn't happen in the previous season, though. UG's streak finally got broken, and if I recall correctly, it was Kira Esports who took top spot in Division 1. Well, Kira themselves will have quite a bit to say about that. They might come back as returning seasonal champions against Union Gaming and make a stamp of their play. But UG, they could definitely also take things their way indeed.
There's something else to add up to that as well. I think
Mm-hmm.
Blackjack. Union Gaming have been dethroned from that champion spot they happen to hold in the league
Yes.
for 4 months now. 4 months and it's not been reclaimed by them. Will this be that season where they get their breakthrough? That's going to be the real question. I think UG definitely needs to needs to bring out and try and take back the name and the fame they had in the league. That first spot always had to be theirs, at least for the first 4 seasons. It was them. That takes a lot, people. It just being consecutive victors. Above that, you happen to be 4 time consecutive victors of an entirety of a league that, well, does happen to have 5 champions in total. So 4 out of 5, that's a lot in the bag. Honestly, Union Gaming have definitely they don't need an introduction, I'm sure. But yeah, but that out of the way, they've been lacking for quite a while now. They've entered that little slump that we've not seen them get out of. Maybe season 3 just happens to be a little different for them. That's what we expect out of it. But Red Vipers, though, they played a really good round, first round coming out from them. They just made sure they take that advantage right into their hands. Already starting off with a man less. Powder had to leave the lobby, sadly. That disconnection came in. So just trying to make amends for that one man less, they made sure they dropped more bodies on, at least in the contrast. But that out of the way, once again, we are back on Clubhouse, and I wouldn't be surprised not to get to see a whole lot of variety when it comes to Division One. But it definitely came out to a very weird hold from UG. What we get to see from them, a defense with no plan B. That was not something I expected out of it. We did see Jackal being given early access to Motto, but even from there were multiple ways we could have seen Red Vipers take that situation for themselves. Just just Union Gaming was no, it was a no show from them. But that
Very
out of the way, that's
uncharacteristic, yeah.
yeah, most definitely it was. But speaking that's all just blabber between me and Blackjack. The match, in fact, is going to unfold so many more things about what we get to see from these players and reveal so many more strategies that we as we talk about it. That's right. We'll be taking us into the match right now. Round 2 will be underway. 1-0 is the scoreline, and Red Vipers took the first round. Let's see if they'll be able to take it once again. Church and Arsenal once again is going to be the set from Union Gaming. Let's see what they have in store for us.
Well, now with the first rehost out of the way, coming out from the side of Red Vipers, they have to be all the more careful about keeping all of their players in the lobby at all times. Unless, of course, Union Gaming has something to say with their own rehost, as it were. Six pick was taken, didn't quite get to see who it was, but regardless, the lineup from UG, once again, pretty strong, all things considered. You have these names: Sparko, Dagger, Jimmy, B, EX7. We've seen them for so long. They've been together as a team for so long. No Sandy today, interestingly enough, but Dagger is more than a worthy replacement, as it were. And a team like UG, there's really no one who is sort of subservient in terms of quality to the other. All of them are very good at what they do. And oh boy, what they do really leaves their teams thinking. Red Vipers are going to be facing that today, and Beat, as we see, with a little bit of emphasis up on CCTV, just a little bit of offside hold as it goes, jamming it out to make sure that the attackers have almost zero intel, or as little intel as possible on any roamers who will be up on ref, Beat included. You have EX7 down below on first floor. You've got these angles being made with the shotgun, all of which, every single one of which needs to be droned out. Well, starting off is going to be the Jaeger. Jittery finding himself at the forefront of a Montaigne push. Monty pushing up all the way to catwalk while Jittery is still busy peeking Bearfur. He will get him, and that's unfortunate. Dagger's coming for support, but in the meanwhile, Anaconda's going to find Sparko. That's somewhere else entirely. The smoke has dropped. Where did that happen? We're not entirely sure just yet. Jittery going to go in for the peak, hard peak, in fact, as there's going to be impact grenades coming in, but Dagger is... Wait a minute, Jittery still got that. Dagger wasn't the one to kill the Monty. Surreal falls, but it is, in fact, the Jaeger. But wait a minute, Anaconda is already in here. Low on AP has got that kill on EX7, but that doesn't matter. He's in sight. A disruptive force inside the side itself, but Powder will not be able to get the diffuser in because the Valkyrie had come in just in time to watch Blue. Dagger gets the down, a much needed one, and Ali in the meanwhile is busy fighting Beat. not a good position for the side of Red Vipers to be in, because UG have thoroughly picked up on the plays they were trying to do. Jittery with the triple, finding Ali, but Anaconda still alive and kicking. He's found one more dagger to fall. It's down to Jittery and Beat. Last two standing. C4 goes off. Or it's been pre-placed actually. And hello, here's the plan coming off from Anaconda. Do they know this? I don't think they do. It's going to be a post-plan 1v2 looks like. And the Twitch is going to fall back into dirt. Good decision right there from Anaconda. He knows that he doesn't need to do anything more after the plant is off. He doesn't need to do any hasty peeks. Just fall back, play behind the beams, and wait for the defenders to come to you. The roles have been reversed, and Beat, he might go for the counter defuse. He will, but it's being watched. And turns out Jittery is going to be able to see the Twitch through that angle. Anaconda will fall just a little too exposed. His right shoulder, that is. And with the replay coming in, we will see Union Gaming fire back to take round 2 on Basement Church. Good defensive hold, all things considered, even though, it was a fairly odd decision from the side of Red Vipers to almost try the same thing again. You had the Montaigne and the Zofia attempting to push the Jaeger that was Jiri on catwalk of Garage, and it was a push that could have gone well had Bearford gotten a pre-fire in something or the other, because he had all the intel in the world. In the meanwhile, Surreal, who was playing the Montaigne, interestingly enough, was very passive. While Bearford went down, he did nothing to assist his teammate, the Montaigne that is, and overall just gave Jittery 2 kills with the assist of the Valkyrie dagger. And while Anaconda pushing site was certainly a very disruptive element, it wasn't one that was going to give Red Vipers the round, because you had Powder falling inside of dirt and everything just fell in at 1 by 1 after that. Try as he might, Anaconda can only do so much, and unfortunately the amount he could was not enough to win round 2.
Well, that's for sure. But what we did get to see is that Jittery with that quad kill coming in the last round, especially the last frag. You don't want to pick those tight angles, those pixel angles. Not with Jittery. He comes down to have that Hawk's vision, as I like to call it. Definitely come out to be one of the best mechanically skilled players that this region has to offer. So that was looking like a very good situation for the Twitch to be on. But hey, it was all right. EX7 with the early aggression is going to shut down Surreal, and sadly that was the Nomad. So, and another one comes in. Jittery is going to keep up the bloodbath. That's going to be Ali taken down the board as well. Union Gaming looks like they've taken matter into their own hands, and now they've come up with a little more hands-on approach to this situation. They are Anaconda just having a little fun time as they've got their entryway taken down, and there you go. Dagger is going to team kill EX7. That's an unfortunate kill. Bearford meanwhile takes advantage of that chest down dagger. That was a quick kill, and Anaconda adds up to that. He's going to get Sparko as well. You've still got Jittery and Beat alive though. It could be a 2 versus 2. Now that Bearford is down, but his revive could come in. He's got the self-revive. So much damage right now that they're taking. Bitry and G add up to that destruction. It's all down to Anaconda once again. We've got only the Twitch fighting in a 1 versus 2. It does not look like he might be able to win this, because Anaconda definitely need to get this get the situation for himself with only 5 HP, and this is looking very bad, honestly. Just from the looks of it, this has to be one of the most weirdest attack rounds we've gotten to see come out from RV, and quite interestingly so. It does happen to make me think, would this have been a different outcome if we did not get to see UG bring out that aggression in the beginning? We got to see 2 kills getting dropped just right back to back, and maybe that's when RV decided, you know what, let's just logi drop. That's what we're going to do. But who knows, if we did have all of those men alive, we might have seen a possible better attempt on that attack, because honestly, just from that very weird attacking round, I'm not sure what Red Vipers was thinking. Oh boy, Jittery has left the game, sadly. Hopefully he'll be able to reconnect back, because it'll be something that Union Gaming will want for sure, as will be here, CCTV and Cash Room. And yep, that's going to be round 4, 2-1 already. Very weird match. Honestly, this is not the clubhouse we usually get to see.
Oh, most certainly not. Jittery
Attackers
has,
need to
in
locate
fact,
and defuse
returned, but he
bombs.
will not be given an operator. But we're just making sure. Yep, looks like the rehost will, in fact, be requested. So that is Union Gaming's rehost, ladies and gentlemen, used up. But, in a way, that's all right. Because I kind of wanted to ask you
Attackers
this.
recovered the
Logi
diffuser.
drop is one thing. I kind of get it. Logistics drop, you want to shorten that down in your callouts, just speed things up, as it were. But I like how in that 2v1 situation, it was Jittery and Beat. And Bittery and Jeet, huh?
All right, so at that moment, I didn't know what was going through my head. I was like, I was just like, okay, it's two of these players that I've been taking their names for what 3 years now. There's no I can get them wrong, and I did. Bittery and Jeet. It does happen to be a very bittersweet experience for their opponent. So maybe I honestly I don't know where my mind went there. It's just a quick fumble of letters, I guess. I'm not
Well,
dyslexic.
as it were. As it were, things can be a little weird sometimes. I mean, I've made
Yeah.
similar mistakes before, so I can't entirely blame you. But I had to ask because that was a very, very specific mistake to make right there. Because
Is it okay?
it's like the first letters of the two names right there. It's like those jokes you play when you're playing Rainbow Six, just casual, messing around with friends, anything like, okay, what if we switch the first letters of Buck and Frost? I'm not going to say the end result because, of course, not allowed to say that
Yeah,
on stream,
definitely,
of
definitely
course.
not, definitely not. But
But
yeah,
you get the point. You get the point at the end of the
yeah,
day. And that's why I had to ask. 'Cause it's very, very specific right there. But it is what it is. On the other side, of course, we've got this rehost incoming, and about this rehost, it's like basically we don't exactly know what to do. The pause timer is in the game right now, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be confused about why we didn't just use the pause timer as soon as Jittery disconnected. Thing is, there we don't have any like ruling to go off of per se. So just to play it safe, we're playing it on rehosts right now. But there could be something out there that we may have missed. If it is, then we do apologize for the inconvenience, ladies and gentlemen, because I know, with the pause timer coming in, everybody was like, all right, the region of rehosts is finally going to not be the region of rehosts. But here we are. Again, it's just down to just a little bit of logistics behind the scenes that still haven't been ironed out yet, per se. It was kind of weird, 4.1 just dropped out of nowhere with nothing coming behind it. But speaking of things that dropped out of nowhere, there's also an event going on in Rainbow Six right now. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen it, and that is the Legacy event. And
that's
what
right.
do we mean by Legacy? It's Old House, Old Hereford, and Presidential Plane, because Presidential Plane exists, I guess.
And that's
And
not even the best part.
the best part, yes, I was about to get to that. ACOGs, where ACOG should be, the MP7, the 416C, and the R4C. Not on the SMG11, though. A little sad about that one. But, so all of you SMG11 smoke mains will have to just deal with the hollow sight, even in this event, I guess. And interestingly enough, something that I didn't really think about, but I saw on Twitter, was Glaz's scope actually isn't reverted to the old glaring red scope that it used to be. It's still the new one. Crystal clear banana scope, as it were. I'm not sure why they made that decision. You'd have thought that they would just bring back those old days peaking with glass, but well, it's not to be. But with all of that being said, all that fun and dandy and happiness taken care of, update on the game: Red Vipers just have one player remaining, and it seems like Powder is the one to join back, the one remaining to join back. Union Gaming are all in once again, and we're just waiting to see how long it takes, and hopefully not too long. Just like the first rehost, it's going to be the second rehost quickly taken care of. Mind you, there will be no third rehost unless there's some sort of issue on the host end, other than which we cannot take any other rehosts for the teams because both have been used up. 3 rounds have happened, both two on Basement Church and one on Second Floor Gym. Two have been won by Union Gaming, and one by the side, right there, of the attack Red Vipers. Interesting attack strategies from them. They're sort of trying to use the term bum rush into sight. every now and again, especially in that last round where they lost a player early, 2 players early, in fact, and decided to just go down logistics and book it in there. They nearly had it, mind you,
Yeah.
but Bittery and Jeet showed us what's what right towards the end and managed to win it out for their team. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going back in the match in just a quick second, making sure that everything is set properly. And as soon as we confirm that everything is, we'll be going back live with the match right here, right now. 2-1 is the scoreline in favor of Union Gaming. They are headed to second for CCTV and Cash Room, and the match is hopefully back live on your screens right now. There we go. Foxy, take it away.
Definitely. We're back to CCTV and Cash Room with Bitry and Jeet playing. Okay, this one was definitely very. This was done on purpose. You can make that out. But yeah, coming back to this match, we've got UG already bringing out quite the aggression. I'm not sure what Red Vipers has in mind though, because so far it's been a very bizarre series of events. Because even coming back to the first round, they happened to win as well. Ali happening to find a very good insertion point for his team, just able to exploit it out of UG, just able to get that first round done and dusted for themselves. After that, it's been the UG game, and I think UG has picked up to that pace as well. And hey, thank you, Anaconda. I love you too, man. And that out of the way. And there you go, Blackjack. Would you like to add up to anything? No. I'm just embracing the wholesomeness, Blackjack. Don't look at me like that. just embracing the wholesomeness, definitely.
Absolutely. But some love, since we're on this topic of conversation, some love for our host Eisen over here. I know I tease him every now and again at the end of the stream by calling him our Eisen admin, or as he himself has put it, our Ryzen admin, because he happened to mishear me once. But he does some spectacular work, all things considered. I mean, catching some of those moments like the skeefy self-destruction in the last round, in the last match, we wouldn't have these without Eisen here at the helm. So big shout out to him, big love to him, and I hope that covers up my wholesome quota for the day. Back to being me.
It does happen to add a very good perspective, Eisen just having to understand the game as well. So definitely, yes, I would say my part of appreciation out there to our very sweet admin on the cams, just making sure he gets us all the action. And speaking of action, some of it is about to go down the Melusi, might be picking up a fight, and there you go. EX7 will be the one to take the fall. Surreal walks away with the frag, the sledge, making sure he shuts her down. That was an early frag to start off. Union Gaming, I think, where I wanted to start off on was, well, that is an unfortunate pick. Sparko is going to make sure. I think that was a possible wallbang coming in from him. No, it was most possibly a white peak as well. Jittery, meanwhile, will add to that destruction. And what I was trying to say before we went into the wholesome mode because of Anaconda was that Union Gaming has had a good reply back to the pacing that Red Vipers put them up against. And from the first round on, Union Gaming knew exactly what's up. They brought out that aggression face first, and Red Vipers is just not able to survive that. You don't want to put yourselves in a position like that. Red Vipers just did. They're not able to fight out of it. 3 versus 4, and Jittery is not stopping, man. He wants to keep getting these frags, but he'll finally get shut down. That'll be the Zofia to shut him down. We'll find ourselves in a 2 versus 4. Let's see what Surreal and Barefoot can pull off with 1 minute left.
2 versus 3. Union Gaming definitely in the lead in terms of time and the man count, but things could still turn around. Interestingly enough, it says 2 versus 4 up top in the versus counter for whatever reason. I'm sure we'll have that looked at later on, but for the time being, it's a 2 versus 3 because Jittery and EX7 both have gone down, but in the meanwhile, Beat is going to find one that's Barefoot on the board, and that, excuse me right there, that was an interesting voice crack. That is going to leave Surreal the last man standing. The sledge, they even know his location, interestingly enough. Beat pinging onto lounge down below, knowing that Surreal's probably somewhere around there. Well, he has since booked it all the way out to the kitchen hallway door. Not really sure where he wants to go in from because he doesn't have much time to do it. Might try to come in through the construction single wall. No, he's gone into stocks, giving himself away to many vertical lines aside that are being held, and there we go. Dagger will be the one to shut him down, finish him off, and with that, We'll be seeing it in the instant replay, of course. But with that, Union Gaming continue their run of taking defensive rounds one by one, making it 3-1 for the time being. Going into round 5, 2 rounds left before we hit roll swap, where if Union Gaming take these 2 rounds, they will be in a massive lead going into attack on Clubhouse. I mean, at that point, Red Vipers would really need to reconsider what they've been doing while RV on the attack. They may have taken just 1 round so far, but if they take 2 more, they will be equalized 3-3 with momentum going into defense. That is something they have to aim for right now, no matter how good Union Gaming is playing. If they manage to take it, well, in that case, we will have some really interesting rounds ahead. But for the time being, it's 3-1, and we're headed to Basement Church.
That's exactly where we'll be headed right now. Round 5. This is going to reveal so many things as to how and where this match is going to go forward. 1 round, 2 rounds away potentially from roll swap. This one will be into effect though. So once again, ULG very standard pick of ops from what we get to see from them in Church Arsenal. This has been their pick. Mozzie, the Valkyrie, we've got the Jaeger from Jittery, obviously, and Beat on the mute, and Sparko will make sure he brings out the guide. It's been really fun though, seeing Sparko bring out really different operator role swaps. Just from what he happened to bring out previously as well. It's not been a huge change, honestly, not a huge one, but yeah, definitely that little change of how you happen to approach a specific operator does happen to change in a huge way how and well your team happens to play out. It's been a good 3 rounds of sailing for Union Gaming, except for the first round that happened to come out and start. Right now, it's going to be round 5. All eyes on this. Line pick will come out from Anaconda as well, as looks like they're still looking to make this aggressive push. Anaconda starting things off as he'll be the first one to get a quick headshot onto Dagger. That's your MPX shutdown. That's your Valkyrie, no more. And a very early frag. We have not even hit the 2-minute mark. Good momentum that Red Vipers have put themselves up in, but this has been the case. They've been able to get the first few entry frags, but they've not been able to crack the code after that. It's been Union Gaming beating them with those crossfires, with those flanks, but Surreal this time around, he'll make sure he gets what he gets too. That was not the best of peaks to make for Beat, as looks like he might be getting the 3rd. Yes, he will. The Sledge is unstoppable this round. He's found 3 kills as he's just very casually slow, so happens to walk onto the side like it's a walk in the park. He's going to be out looking for a score, though. EX7 out here on the blue stairs. He gets 1, but gets traded somehow, interestingly so, from there for himself. As we'll be taking a quick look at that in the instant replays. It was a very good round once again for Union Gaming, as from what it looked like until Red Vipers started off with some really good performance. That was really well played from Red Vipers. They made sure they brought in that aggression in the right amount at the right time and at the right place as well. Round 6 will be underway. It's going to be the last round before the roll swap. Let's see where we happen to go with the scoreboard. Gym and bedroom is where we're headed for the defensive side from the side of Union Gaming.
Gym bedroom coming in to a very reliable site for UG. All things considered, they managed to take this site first try, although it was down to that infamous combo of Bittery and Jeet. Okay, last time, ladies and gentlemen, but you have to allow me this one. It's one of those things that I'm pretty sure we're going to be carrying into at least for the rest of the season, if not the continuing season. I'm sorry, Foxy, but you just given me something to immortalize, and I'm gonna make sure we're all gonna make sure that we do it.
So yeah, honestly, I could not be more proud of unintentionally giving birth to a meme. That's one of the best moments that I think you can come across. So yeah, most definitely. But I'll be, what I'm really interested is to see what version of his own joke Baba happens to come out of his victory and
yes.
That has always had me out looking for what Baba has to say about some stuff. But well, that's just me talking.
I mean, no, I can certainly understand that little sentiment right there. Baba just, he takes these jokes and elevates them to the next level, if you will. And, that's why, and he himself admits that some of his jokes may not be, the brightest tool in the shed, but as it were, you can still track him at the best possible time. Jitter, in the meanwhile, attempting a little bit of a, attempted wallbang, if it were, through the window CCTV. Couldn't get one, nearly did, mind you. Could have been Anaconda's head for the taking. If it wasn't, the line will survive and persevere on for the time being. 2-3 being the scoreline. It is now more than ever for UG to take the lead. If they don't, then Red Vipers will be building momentum going into the defense, and it will make things all the more harder for the side of Unity Gaming. And sure, they seem to work quite well in the face of adversity. Like Foxy said, for the last few months, they have just had this odd slump, this odd sort of weakened nature to them that they just can't seem to shake. And who knows, maybe this season could be the beginnings of them finally shaking it off and taking these matches for themselves. Whether that is the case or not, we will find out as the E1D scanner, the second one, comes out. EX7 moving just in the nick of time to make sure that he doesn't actually get... Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, caught trying to take care of a Banshee. Jittery will make sure Anaconda pays for even attempting to touch one of the defender's utilities. That is the Lion taken care of. He still had one E1D scan, mind you, and those 3 flashbangs that Lion happens to bring, which is big drop. Big drop indeed for the side of Red Vipers. Anaconda, early loss. With a minute remaining, not a good position to be in.
Definitely not a good position to be in. They're still trying to figure out where that that little window will be of making this push happen. Looks like they found it. Main stairs push from Ali was successful until a certain point. He's lost a lot of HP in that gunfight. The surreal meanwhile adds up to that on the dagger. And here's the kill for EX7 to get. That's the double and the diffuser drop for himself to just make this his new defending side. Here's Parker to add up to that destruction. The TCSG right in the hallway. Surreal still alive and kicking. He's going to get his own double. This will be the one to get found in his crosshairs. And Sonny here finds his triple. This is the clutch. Is it coming again from the sledge? A 1 versus 1 is what we find ourselves in. And this might just be the play. We got to see him bring out the 3K before this. That was on Church Arsenal, and Jim Bedlam has been no different. He's brought out his aggression. He's brought out his plays. And he's brought out the clutch. The 1 versus 4. 4 kill from Surreal. Red Vipers definitely have come out to a very surreal experience in this match, if I may, because this was one hell of a clutch to stop down Union Gaming. A 1 versus 4, you did not expect it, and neither did the defense. 3-3 is a scoreline, an equalized scoreline to start things off on round 7. Let's see what it happens to unfold.
Indeed, we will find out exactly what unfolds from there. Surreal. How does the man manage to do it? He's got aggression, he's got control, and most importantly, he's got a calm head on his shoulders, knowing what he needs to do. And, credit where credit is due. I'm pretty sure the comms for the side of Red Vipers were pretty clear as well, because that kind of decision-making doesn't happen if your teammates are absolutely barking in your ears. I mean, I would know playing ranked, but it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the day, there is a question to be asked as to what the Kaid was doing from UG's side right towards the end in the rotate of Gym and Bedroom. Had the right idea to peek in the right direction. I believe he was even shooting towards Surreal, or maybe he might not have been, but regardless, he had the right idea to go there and peek towards the door, but for whatever reason, he just seemed not to be able to quite process the fact that Surreal was also coming through there, because mind you, that was a long time that the L85A2 was firing for. There was plenty of time for the Kaid to turn around and end his life right there with a headshot, but it didn't quite happen. And again, this is one of those moments that I believe we won't ever get the answer to, because again, online Rainbow Six Siege leaves us with more questions than answers most of the time. Anybody who's played this game will be able to tell you that much. Jittery pushing into garage, takes care of the cam nice and quickly, puts out his own. The drone going out just to make sure that nobody comes up secret stairs just for the time being. Nothing too special, nothing too out of the blue from UG's side. They've got the standard operator turnaround as well. You've got the 2 hard breaches, 3 hard breaches in fact, and you've got 2 on soft breach and utility clearance. Again, nothing too different, nothing too out there coming out from UG, neither from Red Vipers really, in terms of operators outside of the Rook. coming in from Anaconda, mind you. That's going to be a big help when it comes to both of these teams, because gunfights are something they really like to emphasize on, and the damage reduction multiplier that's on the rook plates that Anaconda has put down for his teammates is certainly going to help. Jittery, he spotted where the Legion mines are with the drone of his. He's going to take care of one of them nice and quick. He probably took out the other one too. Knows that there is Barefoot playing close by in blue. He's trying to find him, but nothing quite yet. The kills aren't quite coming out. Looks like a C4 did go out, however. It's not going to find anybody. Surreal's going to take some damage. Not sure where that was from. Could have been the bullet from a Sledge EX7 firing from above, while Beats trying to get injured for the time being. EX7 make sure to get those vertical lines of sight to try and deny any impact tricking going on, but he has to deal with the Kaid's Electroclaw that is still in place. Does he see him? Yes, he does. Can he get the kill? Beautiful shot onto Surreal. That will shut down the Kaid, but the Electroclaw is still there. They're going to need Beat to come in, but Beat's going to go down. Anaconda, he's been down, but it doesn't matter. He got the kill and is currently safe inside a dirt. 3 versus 4 versus 4, excuse me. 3 versus 4. Now as Jittery's coming to finish off the kill. Can he find one more? Not quite. Position not quite looking good for RV. They are 1 man down. Jittery's pushing up. He will find one more. Powder goes down into 2 before the ashes make things very difficult for Ali and Barefoot. The last 2 standing with 40 seconds remaining. Ali tries to push in, will not find one. Jittery does, and he's gonna come in to find another. It's all Jittery tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as he will be the one to finish off the round for the side of Union Gaming. You do not take your eyes off of this man for a second, especially when he's pushing with the momentum coming with him. UG will take back the lead that they lost just a minute ago from the side by the side of Red Vipers, excuse me. And now with Red Vipers going back to Basement Church, they have to play catch up once again.
That's quite the play from Union Gaming, and more importantly, Jittery, that 4K just coming out from him, beautifully well done on the Ash. It just happens to show what the man can do when he's given the Ash. But that out of the way, will be headed to round 8, and the dock will come in from Powder. That's going to be a nice expect that he'll utilize, bringing that operator in. 4-3 is the scoreline right now. Union Gaming does happen to be in the 1-round lead, but just from the looks of it, it might go anywhere from where we happen to stand right now. Red Vipers has been giving them a tough fight so far, and they don't intend to change that. Doesn't look like it. The defensive rounds are coming off really well from them, and except for the first one, for sure. Hopefully, they'll get the rest of the rounds right into place. Anaconda, meanwhile, he's brought out the Capcan. You want that kind of randomness just thrown into your defensive lineup. Union Gaming will be a little more careful before having to rush into site. So I think that's exactly what they're trying to achieve out of this. Ali will add up with that Malusi, a very notorious operator now that we happen to talk about her. There's so many implications she's just happened to bring in to the various ways we happen to see defense go out, and not just on this region. But that out of the way, we've got everybody up and running. The prep phase will be done and dusted. The action phase will be underway. Dagger, he's brought out the Hibana meanwhile. And just speaking from a heartbeat perspective, UG has more than enough to rely on. Sparko on the ace, Hibana being employed by Dagger, and Beat has brought out the Maverick as well. So very comfortable space to just have your heart breaches roam around as well. Maybe no, that's going to be an early frag for Jittery to walk away with Ali with a very I think that was very predictable, and Jittery expected that as well. Just having to make a small breach on the CCTV wall, and you happen to see something like that come off. Jittery looks like he wants to pull back his breach charge. Does not want to expel it right now, as maybe he's just received some information from his teammates as to where else they'll be needed. Right now, EX7 has brought out his own pair of soft breach with his very trusty hammer. He'll make sure he gets all of those floorboards taken care of. Jittery, meanwhile, is still out here. He's honestly, Jittery is doing a one-man drone clear, and that's very impressive because he's been droning out for himself as well. Look at that. He's got his own drone to help him with, and he's been very good with it. He got the kill onto Ali as well, so that's drone play taken care of. That's Jittery just happening to excuse me there, happening to justify his role really well. That adds so much more to the value of how the rest of Union Gaming will be able to function with so much time remaining. And speaking of it, A minute and 20. They've got more than enough floorboard breaches happening as well. This is the crucial time to make that push with those hard breaches. Make things a little difficult for the defenders on site. That has not come out yet. And as I speak about EX7 expecting it, did he see his feet through that breach, or was that just experience at play? That's still going to be another fact for Union Gaming to walk away with, though, as we happen to hit the 1 minute mark.
60 seconds remaining. Anaconda taking damage. He will go down. Dagger to take another. And slowly but surely, Red Vipers are collapsing in and on themselves, imploding, if you will. As Barefoot, he's still got a good angle onto the drop from the hatch. Dagger's going to take a lot of damage, but EX7 takes down Barefoot. And it's all down to Surreal. They know, at least softly, where his location could be. And the Coyote's going to take one. It's a 1v4 for the, and Dagger will make it a non-v4. Surreal will fall, and unfortunately, as we'll see in the replay, Surreal, I mean, he is a very good player, all things considered, but in that regard, unfortunately, not so much. 5-3 is the scoreline. UG are slowly pulling away with the attack going their way one by one round, and we are on round 9, headed to CCTV and Cash Room.
That's exactly where we'll be headed. Round 9. 5-3 Union Gaming, making sure they keep their composure, keep their calm, keep getting their rounds on board. They're looking to secure themselves the match point coming round 9. That's right. We'll be headed to CCTV and Cash Room, just like Blackjack happened to inform us. We'll be seeing a 6-pick coming in as well. Goyo will be brought on board. We've seen the Goyo come out quite a bit. When it's a CCTV hold, we've seen so many strategies being centered around Goyo entirely, in fact, for that matter. As that'll be the 6-pick. I'm not sure if Red Vipers has thought this through, because just from the looks of it, we've seen them come out with these strategies, but just with the dark play, it does happen to throw me off. Powder. Interesting, very interesting pick from him, honestly. Just happened to think about it, because my mind was a little occupied from where he happens to derive his name. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So this just happens to be a huge flashback moment. Do not take me seriously, people. I'm just blabbering on. I'll tell you guys what I'm trying to explain correctly once we happen to hit the reel of the moment. Because right now, we're in the match, and I'd rather have a breaking down of this stuff, because right now, Red Vipers, they definitely break down what Union Gaming has been doing. Need to figure out what is going wrong with the defense. Because the clubhouse defense does happen to be a very comfortable spot to be on, and you want to make sure that everything goes right for you. Beat already on the drone walk. He's going to be the first one, and he's on the first line of attack into trying to get the breaches done and approach his push from the garage. We've got Surreal holding down garage all by himself. He's up on rafters, and just as we happen to see a very standard hold come out from the defense once again, a quick switch of places between the Legion and the Kai, as that'll be a better place for Barefoot to play on. That's what he thinks. As let's see if those Legion mines farming will be helpful for him. Jittery, meanwhile, is come out from the bottom of the site. That's going to be through stockroom and onto lounges, as he tries to make sure the breach happens successfully for the rest of his team. Beat on the main wall. He's going to make a nice hole for a C4 or a nade, and right now it's going to be a C4, and a nade will follow up any moment. Now they've got to be scared and careful at the same time of that hole, and just make sure that it's not given an unseen advantage to the side of the defense, just able to take away so much from it. And quite a weird way to take damage from Jittery is that explosion came out on top. We've still got Jittery cleaning out so much utility. There you go. That must have alerted the defense already that the push-up from bottom is in, and that pre-fire is already coming in. EX7 has made his way onto bottom of the garage. Powder is going to get down, but he's the dog, so he gets revived back on his feet. But oh, look at that tap from Sparko. He finds him. He knew exactly where that happened to come in. Just that beautiful lineup from Sparko is going to take away and shut Powder down. We still have 5 men alive, and as I speak about it, make that 4. Because we'll be seeing Barefoot finding Sparko, and that's a quick refrag coming in from the side of the attackers as well. But no, look at this Jittery. He's adding up to that destruction. 50 seconds, and this is heating up to the moment. Flashes are coming out. I don't know what's going on inside. It's Dagger who's here to take control of the situation. Jittery gets another, and Jittery gets one more. Jittery. It's been the Jittery game. It's been this man performing amazingly well today in this game. If you could take a quick look at the scoreboard, Eisen, once we happen to come back from the instant replay, he's got too many kills on his name right now, just from what he happened to bring onto this match. I cannot. I cannot, I cannot just outlook the fact that I've gotten to say his name so many times just coming out in this match because there's so many influential plays he's made. 11 fracks to the man, double digits already. It's really good to see the man play. Honestly, it's amazing to watch him play.
Absolutely. Jittery has just been absolutely amazing today. That's what you love to see from him. But, well, speaking of the man, we've been speaking of the man quite a bit. Turns out he's going to disconnect. That's not exactly the best time to disconnect, as anybody will tell you, but he will also return quickly. Must have been just a temporary dip in his connection, happens to the best of us. And unfortunately, though, he was selected and playing the Ash. No longer will
Maybe
he's not.
maybe he just happened to hear us and he's like, all right, let's see what my team can do without me. And just a quick, yeah.
I mean, if I'm allowed to say this, I guess that'll make him bittery in this situation. But again,
just from where we are going in this premise, just how Bitry is being treated as a word right now, it gives me so many. I would say it gives me, if Jittery is Sub-Zero, then Bitry is Noob Cybot. It's giving me that very parallel feeling, that negative version type. But yeah, it definitely does. I'm sure that's going to stick around. Yeah, Jittery might as well own up to it.
absolutely. I mean, at this point, we're going to be awaiting his response later on in social media, ladies and gentlemen. When Union Gaming goes over this and they realize we've been calling this man his inverse for the whole game. Well, most of the game for the most part. Right now, interestingly enough, one wall of garage is left soft. That will be broken open by EX7 quickly. And there we go. The breach is done. And you'll be able to get in nice and quickly. Just 4 pellets, 4 and 4, 8, of course, stacked vertically, allowing the Sledge to walk in. Turns out he is thin enough, but he's going to be taking some damage from Anaconda in the meanwhile on the stairs, the metal stairs, that is, just below red. And he will actually find EX7, who managed to peek back, do some damage, but not enough to take the kill. Beat, in the meanwhile, trying to find somebody. In the meanwhile, okay, Sparko's apparently got some work to say to the bandit as a grenade flies out, but well, that's a little unfortunate. Dagger goes down to Beat's grenade, and yeah, not the best time to lose your Hibana, while Beat himself will be downed and taken care of, and Akonda takes the kill, and with that, Sparko is the last man standing, trying to go up on the rappel. He will actually find the bandit, speaking of whom, who will drop in the main garage window. And is going to leave it in a 1v4 situation. Sparko, the last man standing, just on the roof of Clubhouse. Nothing much else to do. He's going to just go into construction, maybe make an attempt at this as we get the admins on the thing that he was talking about. We all chatted just a second ago. There we go. The kill will be confirmed. Red Vipers take the round, but of course we have to sort of confirm with the admins about this. Hopefully they're already
we
on
might
the
as well
scene.
be getting to use the pause timer finally. Who knows?
Yeah. It could be. We're about to find out, ladies and gentlemen. But again, admins need to get on this as soon as possible, and we here at the casting seat will inform you of the decision taken nice and quickly.
All right. So once the admins get that sorted, we'll be a little more focused on what the match has brought to us so far. It was a very clumsy round for UG this time around. Definitely yes. That nade kill was not something I think not something they were expecting as well. And just from how I see UG as a very experienced team, I was not seeing that mistake come out from Beat or Jittery for that matter. But no, we'll be seeing. Excuse me there. I just happened to quickly read what Eisen just happens to type down and inform everybody. So it will be coming down as to admin decision as to just how will we seeing this match go forward. There'll be no more bandit picks from Anaconda for sure. Or no, that was not Anaconda. That was Powder, rather. That was Powder. Powder will make sure he does not bring out a wrong uniform. That was the first one for Right Peppers. I believe that is Union Gaming just being a very good sport, just having to
10 seconds remaining.
move along the momentum of this match. That's exactly what we like. Non-stop
5
action of
seconds to
R6. We've already had enough rehosts. We'll not be going into one more. That being said, appreciating the moment of not having a rehost, we'll be heading towards round 11. Once again, coming back to what RV has brought down so far, it's been a very it's a very random but not clumsy defensive round for them. They've been a little random, and I think Union Gaming was just able to find them off in very good places. And there you go. Once again, Ali will be the first line of defense to fight. All right, not fight anymore because he
You
just got
jinxed it.
taken down. Jittery made sure he shut him down, and this has been the case so far. I was almost about to talk about it. That hey, we've seen Ali come out aggressive, and he's gotten taken down. Anaconda with the suppressor on. I don't want to say it. EX7 will get taken down. I don't like to see the carbine with the suppressor somehow just happens to be so demeaning to such a monster of a gun, and it's just a very awkward sight. But we'll still see Anaconda pop heads with it. Look at that. Jittery will make sure he shuts him down instead, and that's the Ashid work. That's just Jittery at this point. I really don't need to give a context for it as to how that came into place. We've got a minute and 50 remaining. Let's see what the rest of the round happens to unfold.
I like your voice slowly faded
A
away
bomb
right
has been
towards the end
located.
as you backed away from the mic, realizing in horror that your English has taken a bit of a back seat to the thoughts that you were having right
Oh, it
towards the end,
definitely
Foxy.
has. It definitely has. And, looks
mean,
like
Yeah, I can't blame you for that. I've had those moments as well. Even the best of us do. I mean, a particular friend of mine, English major at that, is.
I mean, not
that's,
just that. It's been a very huge brain lag moments. I mean, going back to calling these players every single day for like 2-3 years back to back, and I happen to say Battery and Jeet of all things, right?
Oh, yes.
So yeah, definitely a brain lag moment for me, but hey, I'm sure that that should not stop us from the action we have here today.
Absolutely not. Right now, of course, we've got the peak coming in from Beat, from the kitchen hatch. Union Gaming in the man lead. Time is slowly ticking away, though, and they have to be quick about this. Grenade's going to go out to try and find one, but not going to be able to. Smoke grenades will go out instead to cover the drop, as Powder is close on the call. He might see the drop come in on his heartbeat scanner as another smoke comes out that will deny lines of sight again, and the grenade, excuse me, there is going to come in from Beat, but it's not going to find anybody. The Pulse has since moved. Dagger in the Mule drops in. He'll be spotted, but not by the Legion, who will be taken down. It's a 2v4. Make that a 1v4 with the bearing 9 in hand, but Dagger finally gets reflected onto Sparko.
15
Going
seconds
for the
left.
plant.
Attacker's activating
It is
the
all
future.
down to these last few seconds. These last 40 seconds, Surreal needs to try and make the best of this, but he won't be able to. Sparko will not allow him. The ace takes the kill and finishes off the round. We'll see that in the instant replay, ladies and gentlemen. But unlike the previous match that we had, tonight's final game with Union Gaming is not going to go the way that we thought it would. You know, we hoped it would. We hoped it'd be another thriller, another close game. But at the end of the day, UG, I mean, they're just that much better. That's why they are one of the top teams of the entire region, ladies and gentlemen. Red Vipers, at the end of the day, didn't really stand much of a chance. Not that they didn't fight, they fought very well, very hard, and they damn near did it, if I may say so myself. And that is going to give us a lot more to look forward to from Red Vipers as a team as well. When their strategies worked, they worked very well. Union Gaming, however, turned out to be just that much better. And all that just turns out to be a recipe for a great game. But of course, we're not
Definitely,
quite
yeah.
done. Yeah, we're not quite done with the match just yet, ladies and gentlemen. We will be going into relive the moment in a quick minute here, going over the best moments of the match that we just had. There we go. Relive will be live on your screens, and well, I think none better than Foxy can articulate the thoughts that we both share of this match that we've had tonight.
Yeah, once again, Union Gaming off to a very a bizarre start because we did get to see a bizarre push as well come off from the side of Red Vipers. It was just Ali on side, nothing else. It was just a very good description of what happened. He got the triple kill towards that first round. It was him making sure everything is done and dusted. But then Union Gaming, I think they took the fight over to Red Viper's turf. I think that's exactly what happened. And look at this beautiful shot and this connect from Jittery. Obviously, it was Anaconda who was very low, but hey, with somebody I would trust my life with in a gunfight you want to win, it's Jittery, man. It's him. You want to send him out for a gunfight. But that out of the way, coming back to round three, that's on our screens right now. This was once again a very weird round. Just from the way we happen to look at it, and then as well when we happen to revisit gym and bedroom, we got to see a clutch come out from them as well. So this was Anaconda really could not do a whole lot in a situation like this, and he got shut down a little too quickly. But just before this, on how round three happened to pan out, Red Vipers not able to get their stuff right. They were not able to execute their attacking rounds just as with as much ease as Union Gaming happened to bring out their side of the attack. And I think that is exactly what lagged. They were very linear side. They were making sure that their pushes came in. They were a little ill-timed as well, except for moments like this. Surreal. He put out so much work today. I've got to give it to him, man. Definitely, I had to come out with so much of frag potential, and that triple kill that he just happened to waltz on onto side. It just happens to speak volumes of how much frag potential he happens to bring for his team. But everything aside, this clutch, what a beauty of a clutch. A 1 versus 4 against UG while they are looking to push you down further and take the first half with so much more advantage. Says no from Red Vipers, and that will be surreal. Once again, the sledge just making sure he says no to it. He brings in that 4K for himself, and just a beautiful finish up that you would see to a first half. A very expected first half, just as you happen to see any division match go down. Division 1 always has it. We've got to see a very huge number of 3 to 3 first halves coming up. Neither of them want to give up. Everybody wants a piece of the cake. Everybody wants to be out there on the top of Div 1. But hey, apart from all of that, it definitely was the Jittery show today. I cannot overemphasize that any more than I already have. I'm definitely sure I might have had said Jittery a little too many times in the past 1 hour. But,
I have a question.
Yes.
Does that make you bitter?
You know, we could definitely turn it into a drinking game, but no, that's just me with my jokes. Every time I say Jittery and happen to appreciate how good of a player he is, you happen to drink a glass of water. That's why people stay hydrated. You always want to stay hydrated and stay at the top of your health. Just in general, you know, in general, no, you don't want to make sure that you come out with you want to make these sick plays. You got to stay hydrated. That's what I'm going to go with, because I honestly don't know where I was going to go with it anyway. So that's speaking of which, that was pretty much it, man. That was the game. Union Gaming made sure they brought in better performance than what Red Vipers had in mind. And Red Vipers, they looked very very scattered and all over the place, honestly. Just their attacking rounds, they were something I could not comprehend, but I'm sure at least I will be getting into a quick chat with Anaconda later on what they happened to go through with the mindset of today's match. Well, that was my 2 cents on the match we just got to witness.
Most certainly. And just like I said, none can better articulate the thoughts that we both share in this situation than Foxy himself, ladies and gentlemen. But with all of that being said, we will be ending things right here with the second day of Division 1 of this pro league. The first week has just ended. A little bit of a lopsided week, we are aware, but we'll be coming back tomorrow, starting week 2. And to start off, it will in fact be Division 2, a pretty good division to start the second week off on. And where we left off was a very interesting turnaround at the end of week 1. Hopefully, there aren't any issues, delaying streams or whatnot. We've had those aplenty recently, but we will still be going live hopefully around that 7:30-ish time period, and we will see you there with Division 2 Day 3. Stay tuned and good night.